What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies? We are here at the Milan Forum where we're going to talk about Milan, guys. Open line discussion where anybody can come in and talk about Milan. I do have some subjects prepared for everybody today, and people can come here and talk about their opinions and whatever they want. Guys, a lot to talk about, We come from two amazing friendlies against Nice, against Valencia. Milan, in my opinion, looking good. Then there's a lot in the transfer market happening. So plenty of subjects to be talking about. Let's see how everybody is doing here. What's up, Saif? How you doing, my friend? We already have some people, guys, waiting in the backstage. I like it. How you doing, Saif? Skillard. Maybe Skillard is going to join us today. Who knows? Carlo Moretti, ciao, come stai? Buonasera. We got Saif, Skillard. How you guys doing, guys? How's everybody doing? Christopher, what's up? Forza Milan, Christopher. How you doing, sir? Easeborn, a new mod chat or chat mod. Guys, the backstage is filling up. We already have people joining that backstage. I like to see that. We're going to have great conversations today. Soon I'm going to bring everybody on and we're going to start. I see Laert Carillo. Is Laert going to be joining us today? Hopefully so. We have Pete. What's up, Pete? How you doing? Hopefully Pete can join us too. Yash Patil, how you doing, my friend? We got Lucas, guys, the legendary, infamous Lucas. Everybody knows Lucas. If you have a YouTube channel and you're an AC Milan YouTube channel, you know who Lucas is because he is everywhere to be found when it comes to AC Milan. What's up, Laert? Are you going to be joining us? Daniel, what's up, Daniel? How are you doing? All right, guys, so let's get into these discussions. Andrea, oh my God, guys, look, we have Laert's brother that comes and disgraces our channel with Forza Ugly Cousins, but everybody is welcome here. All right, guys, so we're going to get this show started. We're going to get going. We're going to bring up one at a time. All right, so Laert will be joining us soon. All right, guys, so I picked some topics for today, and we're going to be talking about some topics. Then we're going to finish the show with a quiz today. I prepared some questions. Today's quiz, the format is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try and make it so that we don't get our contestants to see what the chat says. So it's going to be quite interesting. All right, so let's get everybody on. Let's go one at a time, starting from the first. We're going to go in order. Skillard.
How's everyone doing?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Roy? How's your day been?
Excellent. Skillard, are you excited about today's show?
Sure am.
Nice. Guys, also, next week we're going to start a new show, something that I've been trying to put together. It's going to be called the 1v1 show. It was called the Curva Sud Milan show, but now it's going to be called the 1v1 show, which we're going to go 1v1 on topics. You guys are going to decide the topics, and then we're going to have one person on one side of a topic, the other person on the other side of the topic. It's going to be 1v1. We're going to put a voting system in the chat, and you get to decide who wins the debates. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, next up, guys, one of my favorite AC Milan poets. I call him an AC Milan poet, writer for Sempre Milan. We have Rohit. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, Roy. How are you doing?
Excellent, Roy. Great to have you here. Great to have you. I know it's quite late for you, Rohit, where you're at, right?
Yes, it's 1 a.m. in the morning right now.
Okay. It's not too bad. 1 a.m. is still not too bad. What time is it for you, Skillard?
It's 10:39.
All right. Okay. So you're good. You guys are good. All right, guys. Let's bring in the next person backstage, and then I'm going to get straight into the show, guys. We're going to get straight into the topics. And if anybody wants to talk about something, has something that they want to discuss, we're going to start with that. Okay. And then we're going to go into the topics. Saif, guys. Saif, a regular. How many times do we get Saif in this show? Always great opinions. I love the guy. Friend of RossonARI TV. How you doing, Saif?
I'm fine, Ryan. Yourself? Hello, everyone.
Excellent. Is that you in the picture?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I like you got the new shirt already, huh?
Yeah, the full kit with the shorts and everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. And do you have a name behind that shirt?
Honestly, I love the pairs of Milan. I love the legends, but I always pick my name and the number 6 because that's the position I always play at football.
Nice. So
Yeah.
six in modern football, 6 is a center back, correct?
Yeah, I play as a center back. I also play as a CDM. You know, it's a hybrid.
Is 6 CDM?
Kinda. It's mostly a center back, but I also hop into CDM from time to time.
Got you. All right, guys, and then here our last person right now in the backstage. Let's see who else joins. We have the infamous, the one and only, the guy that pisses everybody off, the man, the myth, the legend. We have Lucas. Lucas on mobile. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Roy. And I just wanted to start with an apology to Nathan because I went too hard on him last time. Same thing with Roy. And I don't admit that the 4-4-2 is the same, is different from the 4-4-1-1, but it is what it is.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Lucas has apologized to Nathan. So Lucas today is in a charitable mood. That is very good.
No, I'm not.
All right, good. All right, good.
I'm waiting for
all right. Excellent. All right, guys. Listen, before we get into the topics that I prepared for today, please be muted if you're not talking, just for noise and all that stuff. I want everybody to kind of, if there's something you want to say before we get into the topics, go ahead. This is your time to do it. Other than that, I'm just going to go straight into today's topics, and we are going to get started. So, Skiller, do you have anything that you want to say before we get into it? Anything that you want to get out of your chest or get off of your chest? And we know, Krunic. All right, go ahead. I think Skillard is has just disappeared. Beautiful image of Skillard, frozen image of Skillard right there. All right, Rohit, how are you doing, sir? Rohit, for the first time we get to see Rohit. How are you doing, Rohit? How's everything?
I'm fine, Roy. Just, very interesting news coming in the last 24 to 48 hours regarding non-Milan.
Yes, and
Barcelona.
We are going to be talking about that for sure.
I hope I don't look a bit stoned because I just woke up from my sleep.
No, you look beautiful, Rohit. Rohit, is there any discussions you want to talk about aside from Messi? Because we are going to be talking about Messi today. I mean, I am going to ask you guys for Messi. I do not want to start with Messi because Messi is not an AC Milan player, so he does not get priority. But is there anything else maybe that you want to talk about, bring up?
Yeah, let me just start with. There are so many stuff I can start speaking about. So let me just to everybody asking as to why Samu Castillejo was not sold. So yesterday yesterday I prepared a thread on Twitter regarding what is the top 5 teams that have spent money this season, and I was very shocked to see how the Spanish teams, other than Atletico Madrid and Villarreal, who have spent like 35 and 30 million this season, no other team has gone beyond 10 million. Even the 2 premier clubs of Spain, that is Real Madrid and Barcelona, are on 0. So I think that we can't expect a bid for Samu Castillejo anytime soon. Maybe at max we can only hope for a loan with obligation or a loan with option from if the Spanish clubs are interested. Otherwise, I think this season Samu Castillejo at maximum is going to stay in Milan, and maybe he can even go to some Spanish club. I mean, for some Italian club again on loan with option to buy.
Okay, so pretty much you're saying that, guys, Samu Castillo is going to be a Milan player 99%. Is he's going to keep on being a Milan player this season?
Until and unless some saving angel from English Premier League comes and thinks that he's the next Messi and signs him up for 25 million. Something that Crystal Palace have done. I saw Crystal Palace spending 25 million on a Chelsea under 23 player. I don't understand how that is, but then that's the way of the Premier League.
Okay, yeah. Guys, I mean, Castillo, I don't think, but now the question is, does this mean that Milan is not going to look for a right winger? Or maybe this is why they're going for a cheap winger, as in Ilicic. Ilicic now being very heavily linked to Milan.
Well, Ilicic, from what the sources are saying, even from Atalanta's close sources, it seems that it's a done deal. And unlike what I previously believed, Ilicic's contract is up until 2023, and Atlanta are even letting to go him on a loan, which is what Milan seems to like. We can take him on a 1 year loan and maybe then think about keeping him, which I'm sure we won't considering his age. So if we are getting an Ilicic, and there's even one more. A player from Argentina's River Plate linked to us who played in the Copa America along with Messi's team. I think if we can sign these two players, then I think Samu Castillo and Alexis Salamakers will be long distance memories for Milan.
All right. Okay. Well, guys, so it seems like that's what our right wing is going to look like. It's going to be these. I mean, today, it seems like our right wing is going to be Salamakers, Castillo, Ilicic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Castillo is the work rate. I know you guys, there's some of you that don't like Castillo. I don't mind Castillo, but he provides the speed. He provides work rate. Salamakers provides even more work rate, a little bit more defensive, and then Ilicic provides the creativity. So it gives Pioli some tactical variation. Guys, we have another guest today, Pete Shoot, the legendary Pete Shoot. How are you doing, Pete?
I'm great. How are you guys doing? Rohit, it's good to see your face, man.
Thanks. Finally, I'm having some good Wi-Fi, so I was able to shift my position.
Excellent.
Nice. All right. Okay, Rohit, that's an excellent topic of discussion that I'm sure we Milan fans are going to be facing quite a lot. Oli says, Samu not wanting to leave doesn't surprise me. You qualified for CL, you want to stay too. True. Guys, I mean, having those three in the right wing, I honestly, okay, fine. There's other options that could be better scenarios. The way football is today, COVID, Milan's financial situation, it's not terrible. All right, guys, let's, anybody else have the opening statement that they want to say? Open argument before we get into today's topics.
I do.
All right, Lucas, go ahead.
Pioli has decided to change his formation to a 4-4-2. So next season, I am sure we will not be playing with wingers. We'll play with attacking midfielders. That's why we've only been linked with like attacking midfielders like Isco, Vlasic, Ziyech, Ilicic, and all those guys. So hello.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
we can hear you.
We can hear you, bro.
And the Ilicic rumors and the potential signing of Ilicic is terrible. Um, I just think he's too old. He's almost finished, and his salary could go to a younger player with potential, like someone like Odegaard. We can easily get a loan option to buy from Madrid for him.
Okay, that's a fair point. So you're totally against this idea of Ilicic, because we can pretty much say today that Ilicic is 99% an AC Milan player. So since we're here, since we brought up this discussion, let's just go around the table and let's see what everybody else's opinion is regarding Ilicic. So let's start with.
By the way, Ilicic is not 90%. It's not 99% a Milan player. Atalanta won like 8 million for him, whilst Milan are offering like 4 million. So the gap is still huge, and I hope it's huge.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's say that Ilicic today is the closest player to AC Milan, right? Out of all the names, we can argue that Ilicic is the closest player to Milan. That's a great topic of discussion. So Lucas, you told us that you hate the idea of having Ilicic. You think that Ilicic is a waste of money. We could use that money on better players, younger players maybe, that can be more long-term. Obviously, guys, Ilicic cannot be a long-term solution. He's a short-term solution. So let's hear what anybody else say. If you tell me, what do you think about this Ilicic operation, if it comes to fruition?
I mean, I expected better from Milan. We went from Ziyech and Berardi, even though I don't really rate Berardi, but that's another discussion for another day. We went to Ilicic, who's 33, and who has not played well the last season with Atalanta. I don't know, it's just we don't get the super players, the exciting players. Okay, we're gonna get Ilicic. He has experience, he can benefit us, but if I had the option to get someone from the beginning, I sure as hell wouldn't have picked him, you know? And I also think he's too slow and old to play on the wing, you know? If he's not going to play as a trequartista or as a center forward, I think someone like Ziyech or someone like Berardi would benefit us a lot more on the right instead of having someone like Ilicic, to be honest. I wouldn't mind him. If he comes to Milan, I'm going to cheer him on. He has experience. He did win the Champions League. But he wouldn't have been my option, and he honestly doesn't excite me. Like, if it happens, meh. And if it doesn't happen, also meh, to be honest.
Okay, so you're somewhere in between. You're somewhere in between. So we have some people in the comments that actually like Ilicic. We have Carlo Moretti, who says he said Ilicic is great. He's far better than Cassi and Salamakers. Now, do you guys think this? Say, since you're still here, is he better? Is he an upgrade to Castillejo and Salamakers?
Dude, if I go to Milan today and I play on the right, I will be an upgrade over Castillejo. I'm not even joking at this point. I'm dead serious. I fucking hate that guy. I reached that point.
Which one?
Castillejo. I don't want to see him play anymore. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
Major hate for Castillejo. Major hate.
And I know it's not realistic to say let's kick him out because I'm not in the management. But seriously, I have not seen a worse player in my life. You keep saying he's aggressive. He's not even aggressive. He's like a biscuit, and he's also not that fast. Come on.
Okay.
So yeah, he is an upgrade over what's his name, Castillejo. I would say Salamakers is still really a good option for us. I would start him over Ilicic, to be honest, because of the way he benefits our formation.
Mm.
Like I said, I wouldn't mind him, but he doesn't really excite me at all. And like Jensel said perfectly, he's also slow with the counterattacks. So yeah.
Got you. All right, guys. So you heard it here. We heard Saif's opinion on Ilicic. He's not too happy, but he's also not happy at all about Castillejo. Let's go to Skiller. Skiller, what is your opinion on Ilicic? Since Ilicic is a player closely signed, close to Milan.
Yeah, it's similar to what I said in the previous stream, and a lot of people are alluding to it. Is that on our right wing, the bar is so low, is that even if you get an old guy like Ilicic, you already look like an improvement. But I'm thinking at the end of the day, and Maldini said this before, is that we really want to see the signings that everyone here wants, is that you're probably going to have to wait 2 or 3 more seasons in the Champions League more. Because if you think about it, if we get into the Champions League 2 more times, if it's 40 million for Ziyech, we'll pay that money. We don't have to do any of this loan with option to buy crap. So the way that I'm thinking is that, or the way that I'm seeing it, Maldini and the rest, maybe they're backing into the corner saying that, okay, they just need someone good enough, or which is an upgrade on the right wing, to get them in just another Champions League qualification. Then we'll get to our star signings and all that. So it's more of like a stepping stone.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Guys, obviously Ilicic is technically he's a monster. All right. I mean, football is how do you manage the ball? Ilicic definitely knows how to manage the ball. Now, what do you think, Skillard, Castillejo, Ilicic, that right space, that right wing? You said it's a stepping stone, maybe to bring for another players helping us move forward. But would you be happy with those 3 players for this season, given the situation?
Well, I think it was either, I don't know whether it's Safe or Lucas did mention, the salary would be used to someone else better. But the way that I'm also looking at it is that if you bring in Ilicic and you have Salmakers as well, you can, in a way, shove Samu out of the team if he doesn't want to leave. It could also be a case whereby an offer comes and Samu says, I want to try my shot, see if I can play the Champions League. But once you have Ilicic there, then you say, okay, but you don't have game time. So what's your next logical option? He'll take any other offer that comes our way. So maybe it's part of the game that's in the background.
So you're saying that Ilicic will push Castillejo out of the team. So he'll probably be like, you know what, I want more minutes. So any offer that comes, I'm going to just accept it and make it easier for the club to offload me, pretty much, right?
Yeah, because we haven't seen Krunic on the right wing, so I doubt that they're going to throw in
Krunic, the player that will never leave AC Milan. All right.
By the way, Krunic, I'm planning his farewell. If you're watching this, Krunic, don't worry about the farewell, man. I got it.
Daniel Ford says Ilicic always killed Milan with Atalanta, so taking him off their squad is a plus. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, look at the numbers for Ilicic, and anyone can check it out now. You got to admit that at least he's somewhat consistent. He has goals under his belt, by the way. I think it's been like 10 goals a season. But then again,
I don't know, but he's got goals and assists.
Yeah, at least over 10. Which, even if you take 3/4 of that, it's already an improvement over what we had last season.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair points. Excellent points. Let's go to Pete. Pete, what is your opinion on this situation?
I have a couple things to say. Initially, it came from watching that Valencia game. I saw a lot of rotating between the wings and Brahim Diaz. I saw Daniel Maldini going in the middle a lot, and I saw Brahim Diaz floating out to the left, and vice versa with Salamakers and Samu as well. So I don't see Ilicic being a problem, his pace being a problem, because I think he'll float more in the center. And we're doing a lot of rotating between that attacking trident. And when Leao is on, he's even rotating over to the left a lot, which can cause problems for teams on the counter, but we don't really have a target. I liked what Lucas said about us shifting to a 4-4-2. Initially, I was really skeptical about that because are we going to play Giroud and Ibrahimovic together? There's a lot of really dumb reports about that. But I don't think that's the case. I think a 4-4-2 affords you the opportunity to play Rebic as a second striker, Leao as a second striker or a winger. And if you bring in Ilicic, he's a big guy. He brings something different from Diaz, who gets pushed off the ball a lot, even though he's really quick. Ilicic can hold the ball up a lot better and still is technically brilliant. So I really like that. And I see him. I don't know if you guys remember. You probably do. It was the first time we played Atalanta last year, and we had Mete playing in the attacking midfielder role, and we were all screaming about it. I mean, one of the reasons for that was actually quite sound. We wanted a little bit more physical player in that role, during that game. That was Pioli's reasoning anyway. Ilicic solves that problem, and you're still technically gifted, and you're still contributing more to goals and assists than Hakan does. Even last year when Ilicic was limited, his goal contributions far exceed Hakan's.
Mm.
So
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I read some stats today.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. Definitely scores more goals and in a lot fewer minutes as well. And I don't know. I think we have a problem as fans, not just Milan fans, but football fans in general, where we got really excited that we were in the Champions League. This means we're going to have a lot of money to spend. Obviously, that's not the case yet. Anyway, Maldini said it's going to take a few years of consistent Champions League before we'll have that capital to spend, especially with the economy in Italy and everything, COVID, everything that goes along with that. And I think we need to temper our expectations. Ilicic is old, but for this season and maybe a second season, he's still a quality player. And I don't think he'll start, but he's there. He's always an option.
All right. Yeah. Look, there's absolutely no doubt that Ilicic is an excellent football player. There's no doubt that if he does join Milan, he is going to contribute positively rather than negatively. I mean, why wouldn't he? But I think at the end of the day, maybe we as Milan fans, as you were saying, we're just expecting a more exciting name. Ilicic, is 33. I do want to remind you guys that the Ballon d'Or winners of the last maybe decade or so are all above 32 years old. So maybe saying he's 33, it's just that the ceiling has already been pretty much almost reached, and that's it. That's the thing. But we're still talking about a player that, in some moments of this Serie A campaign, he was even considered as one of the best players best players in the league in his moments. So if Ilicic does come, at the end of the day, I think it is correct, like what Zion is saying. Ilicic is very good stepping stone. I think Skillard says it, and Pete, you're kind of saying that too. So yeah, guys, it is what it is, and we have to just accept the way things are going. All right, so let's see. Rohit, did you give us an opinion on what you think about Ilicic?
Yeah. So my first memory of Ilicic is how he destroyed us. Even after, not only us. I think he destroyed Kessie in that particular game, and I think Kessie was it's not. I think. Kessie was our best player last season, and I've not seen Kessie being so dominated physically or tactically and getting beaten so well in any games. So. And there are two types of pace, and that is one is off the ball pace and one is on the ball pace. So off the ball pace is something that every footballer can have. Even Hakan Çalhanoğlu could run 35 kilometers per hour off the ball, but the kind of pace you have when you're on the ball, that's what matters, and that's what something Diaz has. He has his ability to shift lanes very quickly, and this forces the defender either to go into a tackle and give away a penalty, or he has to move away from the player to not give away a foul or a penalty. So that's the kind of pace that Ilicic has, and he's also technically very brilliant, and he can even play in different positions, versatility. So, and most importantly, I think he knows the Serie A inside out. The Serie A is one of the most defensive leagues. We all know that. So knowing that league and having somebody who knows how to get past all of these defenders, I think it's a very uh, important trait to have, especially last season when we were struggling down to break down deep defensive teams and all of these teams actually know what is our main problem. And one thing I just wanted to add, hearing Lucas, actually we have been playing a 4-4-2 last season as well. I remember a particular game in against Crotone that we won 4-0. Off the ball, Rebic was pushing up against pushing up with Ibrahimovic, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu was sitting as a left midfielder, and we were in two lines of four and two strikers up. I think even against the game in against Juventus, the one we won 4-2 the 2 seasons back, even that was also a 4-4-2. Um, the thing is, when we do have the ball, it does not look as a 4-4-2, but we do Rebic or even Leao actually operates as a kind of a second striker behind Ibrahimovic.
Yes, yes. I would say that the 4-4-1-1 or the 4-4-2-2, sorry, the 4-4-2 is more looks like our defensive posture rather than our offensive posture. At least that's what we saw against Valencia. And even in the other games, it's when we defend, it seems like we set up that way. But when we attack and we have the ball, like Pete was saying, and I think even Lucas said this. There's a lot of dynamism. There's a lot of exchanges, and the back has a particular shape, and then the fullbacks have a particular role that they play in the width, in providing width. But those players in the middle, apart from the regista, which was Tonali, which will be Benacer during the season. Those players have particular specific positions, but everybody else, there's a lot of interchange. There's a lot of dynamism, which is really cool. So, Rohit,
Roy,
yeah.
to quote Arrigo Sacchi, formations do not matter. It is the ideas and it is the quality of players. So I was reading his one particular interview he had given to a particular book. So he was asked, "What is your preferred formation?" And Arrigo Sacchi said that there is no formation. There are no formations. Formations are something that we people use to understand football. But for a coach, it's all about the ideals, the roles that are handed out to players. I mean, in his system,
Right.
that they used zonal marking. So when you're using a zonal, when you're using zonal, it's all about the shape. It's all about your responsibilities, your zones, and that's the kind of thing that matters. It's not whether it's a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-5-2 or a 4-5-0. It doesn't matter. It's like how you execute your plan. Because I've
Correct.
seen even for us last season, I saw a left back Dalot playing on a right back as a right winger because they kept changing the zones, they kept changing the formations, and it bamboozled LS Verona a lot.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. At the end of the day, the coach has to give a team a certain organization, a certain structure. But at the end of the day, it is how your players interpret their roles, how your players express themselves. It is the quality of the players. It is the chemistry of the players. That is really what matters at the end of the day. You can put any formation on the field that you want, but if your players are not interpreting their roles correctly, and they're not putting the right energy, the right verve, it's just never going to happen. Guys, Hamza asked us, what do you guys think about Ilicic? We've been talking about Ilicic for quite a while, so now I think we're going to move the conversation. So, Rohit, would you be happy with Ilicic, yes or no?
I would be happy, especially if we do not have the budget.
All right, excellent, very good. All right, guys. So this is what we know about Ilicic, and we'll see what the news brings, whether or not Ilicic is going to be the next player. We do have here, I saw Ibrahim Adan Dirir says, I don't want Ilicic. So we're pretty, Daniel says the age of Ilicic is a non-factor. He's a stopgap until revenues improve with another Champion League. So we're pretty much divided on this. It's like I personally do like Ilicic. I personally do like. All right, so now let's get into some conversations that I wanted to look at. Let's start with these two games, right? Nice and Valencia. And then obviously we can talk more about Valencia since we saw a little bit how the teams are playing right now. Valencia, a closer version of what the team will look like, let's say, as far as fitness. So overall, just tell me what you guys thought, what you guys think, and what you guys saw. So let's start with Lucas. You go first.
First half against Nice. I don't like to use the term boring because I love Milan and I don't think watching Milan is boring, but it was disappointing. Second half, Maldini came on and he destroyed the Nice midfield. He did what Konic couldn't do and Castillejo couldn't do in less minutes. And for the Valencia game, the first half again, we started our best attackers and we did well. Uh, uh, Daniel Maldini, Diaz, and Leao really impressed me, and I think they could start games for us next season in the Serie A. And Pete Pete was talking about Giroud and Ibra playing together. I agree. I don't think they're going to play together. I think Brahim Diaz will be played as a second striker, like he has been playing since last season and since the beginning of preseason. And 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 I think it's going to be Ibrahimovic Diaz, Daniel Maldini, and Ilicic as of right now in a front four. So yeah, uh, I like that. I like the look of it.
Nice. Okay. So you really liked more so Maldini, right? Maldini had a big impact. Maldini had a huge impact in both games. We can all say that safely, right?
In the Valencia game, his performance dipped a bit. Like in the next game, he was just fantastic. In the Valencia game, his performance dipped a bit. He wasn't terrible, he wasn't bad, but he was less impressive compared to the next game. That's what I'm saying.
All right, excellent. And I do have a particular topic I want to talk about, which is specifically Maldini today. So we'll save that for after this. All right. Okay. Thank you. Great opinions there. Let's go to Saif next. Saif, what did you see out of these two games? What is your opinion?
Well, first of all, I don't go really hard into the Milan players, and I don't really care about the result. It's only about the improvement of the team. I think we played solid, but like we play one half good and the other half we kind of disappear, or I don't know, our legs may be gone. But I really liked some performances. Leao in the Nice game, he was probably the only Milan player trying, other than Maldini. And in Valencia, if you saw him, you would say that's a Portuguese Mbappe. The way he was dribbling, the way he was, aggressive. And I sometimes clash with Lucas about Leao, but it's only for the best of him. I absolutely love Leao. I wanted to become a legend at Milan. He could
Yeah.
easily become my favorite player. He just disappears at times, and it's because of his mindset. I think we can all agree on that. So if
Right.
he continues like this, he can even play as a striker. He can play as a left wing anywhere because he is very hard to stop. Daniel Maldini, um, I saw some of his highlights against Valencia. He was really good. His
Yeah.
control, his dribbling. Yeah, he's. I often also go hard on him. I sometimes even said that he's only here because of his father, which is really harsh. I shouldn't really say that, I know.
All right. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
do this. Let's do this. Since we're going to be talking about Maldini and we're going to amalgamate all these conversations together, I'm just going to bring it up, and then Lucas, you can even answer this later. Maldini proven at the young age of 19 that he belongs. That name on his back is heavy and comes with a lot of responsibility. Will he continue the Maldini legacy? So now, as you talk about these two games in which Maldini, both of these games, he showed something. talk about the game, but also see if you can what you think about this particular topic.
Sorry. Like the game itself or Maldini? Just
Yeah,
Maldini, the performance of Maldini.
everything, both.
Yeah, against Nice, I saw that they were more like, because the Liga started today, or I don't know, yesterday. Maybe they were in a better mindset. They were sharper. They were going really hard for it, and it was only our first friendly game, so it's not really a big deal. When Giroud came on, I absolutely knew that he was gonna score. He always does this. He comes off the bench and he scores. He makes an impact. We finally have a capable striker. Like he may not even be a backup, because who knows if Ibrahimovic will be fit. He may even play more games than Ibrahimovic this season. So I love Giroud. He's a very underrated player. And yeah, I think he will do well for us. Pobega, he showed us, even though he didn't make great numbers, he showed us that he's capable of being in a midfield role. He's competitive, he battles for a lot of balls, and he also has good passing range. Like it's not like he's Krunic. He just fights. He has a skill set and he's really good. And I'm pretty sure that we're not gonna sell him now or loan him, which is really good. He adds much more depth, especially when Kessie and Ben Nasser are gonna go out for international duty. So I'm really positive. Some players, I think the opinion is known about them, absolutely useless, like Castillejo and Kunic. So I'm not gonna talk about them anymore. What Kunic did the last game was absolutely horrendous. No Milan fan should defend that. Let's be honest. And the quicker we get rid of them, the better. They don't benefit the team in any way, shape, or form.
Damn,
so, yeah,
heavy words.
No, heavy but realistic. I'm not saying they're shit people.
I respect it. I respect everybody's opinion.
Yeah, like I'm not saying they're shit people. They're just shit players. You know what I mean? That's the fact.
Skillard is a fan.
No, because we're Milan, man. We're in the Champions League. Are we seriously gonna like accept mediocrity and that kind of garbage? They are garbage players. But anyway, I'm really hyped up. I can't wait for the friendly against Real Madrid. I actually predict that we're gonna.
Which we might stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, which I think we can win, because in big games, even in friendlies, we show up. We show a lot of spirit. We want to prove ourselves. Some players will want to prove themselves. Maybe Pobega will have a crazy game. Who knows? Like I said, I'm really positive, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Quick answer. Will Maldini, based on the little that we've seen, which is very unfair to judge, will Maldini continue his family's legacy?
I mean, I don't think he's gonna be as big as Paolo Maldini, to be honest, but sure, he can be a very impactful player. He can become a star in the future. Why not?
All right, nice. Okay, let's go to Skillard next. Great takes, Saif. Appreciate it very much. Let's go to Skillard next. Skillard, what is your opinion on these two games that you saw? We know what you think about Krunic. We know that. But tell me what you thought, and also try and insert this question in your answer too.
Okay. So for the first two games, the first game against Nice, I thought the approach, I didn't agree with the approach. We started off with quite a strong lineup. The way that I see this preseason, we should spend a lot more time with our younger players, or the players we haven't seen a lot in the last season. So these are, for example, Maldini, Tonali, we didn't see a lot as well, and Pobega. So the first game against Nice.
So you're saying you wanted to see 90 minutes of these players?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind 90 minutes because, and as everyone knows, Krunic is the absolute waste of oxygen on the pitch. So he should be completely out of the team. He should be thrown out and his contract cancelled. So he doesn't need to play at all. So that frees up the minutes for other players. And I know everyone was saying about, okay, we need to get them to match fitness and all that. Yeah, we do. But giving them 45 minutes, or even some of them like Krunic, who got the full 90 minutes in Nice game, is completely unnecessary. They can get, I think, a decent amount of match fitness. I'm not saying it will be the same as 90, but if they play like 30 or even 20 minutes, because you know players like Theo, you know what they can offer. So why are you
Right,
playing
right.
them the first 45 minutes when we had Ballo Torre, who maybe you never know that he might only play like 5 or 6 games the whole of this coming season. So why not give him now and prove to Pioli that yes, you can play this guy more than just your regular 5 or 6 games for any other player. So this is where it's more towards the proving ground, which I didn't like in the Nice game. I know that everyone here, or a lot of people here, said that we don't really need to focus on the result. Personally, I wanted to win that game. That's why I had thought that we could have won it. But thanks to Krunic, disaster class, with that penalty, then we didn't. For the Valencia game, it was much more improved. I really like the fact that, and I want to say this about Liao, yeah? Liao is a victim of bad decisions, yeah? So he's been played in as left wing, as a striker, as a cam,
Well
right
said.
wing. And people will shit on and say that he's lazy. Okay, if I came into a club and say that, okay, primarily I want to play on the left wing, you can play me as a striker occasionally, fine then. And you keep throwing me in all positions, and you're saying that I'm lazy. Maybe I don't know what to do. I'm a young player. That could be the issue there. So it comes back to the beginning of last season, whereby Liao, once you started to give him a lot of game time in the beginning, and I think in our opening game he scored. I think was it 1 or 2 goals in the first game or opening game of the season. If you give him the consistency, this should be good for a player like Liao to say that, okay, we know your talent. Let's improve upon it and build upon it. It can't be that, okay, he does well as a player in the first few games, then he doesn't play for the next few games, and then when the team form is bad and you throw him in a different position, and then you're attacking his performance. It's just not good for any player, not just Liao, any player. So I do see the spurts of growth or the spurts of him at his close, good potential, maybe not even full potential, but good potential, if we keep playing this guy. If you really want to see a good Liao, minutes is the key. And this applies to also Maldini here. Everyone had good remarks about Maldini, not only in the game against Valencia, but also against Nice. If you want to see a good player or a decent player get better, give him minutes. You do not put garbage on the pitch. And I'm not just talking about Krunic here, even Samu. Where was the willingness from Pioli to say that, okay, Samu's not even having a good 20 minutes, take him out. I know it's destroying to the player, but there's other good players on the bench. Why do you want to wait 40 or 50 minutes with bad players where you can have another additional 10 or 20 minutes with good players? So this is why I know it's coming back to the focus of last season where I was on about purely out, but this is key. But okay, just to round it all off, first game personally for me, I was disappointed. Second game, much better. And again, I want to repeat it, regardless of the scoreline, we won that game. Liao's goal counted.
All right. There you go. So Skillard always strong takes against players. In particular, Krunic. I agree what you said about Liao. He's been used in different positions all over the place, and it doesn't help him. But we did see some great football from Liao against Valencia. It was very impressive. Very impressive. All right, Skillard, thank you, my man. Let's go to Pete. Pete, what is your opinion on these 2 games?
First, I wanted to agree with Skillard on a point. He talked about, in particular, Samu getting a lot of minutes in these preseason games. And while at first I was annoyed because he's playing, what did he end up playing, like 60 minutes? And he's taking all the free kicks. This was in the Nice game as well, not just the Valencia game. And I'm annoyed because Tonali obviously can take free kicks. We know Daniel Maldini can, even though he didn't prove that against Valencia. And so I'm like, well, why aren't we giving a chance in these crucial moments to some of our younger players and players that we want to keep? And I think it's because we're trying to sell Samu and we want to put him in the shop window.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. Yeah, I think someone else said that too in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Venezia rumors with Caldara came out after he had really strongly came out after he had a brilliant performance against maybe it was Nice, or anyway, he was playing really well in the preseason, and so I think that might have something to do with it. I think Krunic, he's an example of, if you look through the bench roster of any mid-table Serie A team, you have a bench littered with players like Krunic. And if we're playing in the Champions League and competing for top 4 and the Scudetto, we need to get rid of those players. I don't care how useful they are or how versatile they are. Daniel Maldini can play all the positions Krunic can a lot better at his young age, and that'd be giving him time in those moments. Just imagine last year, all the times Krunic came in, instead we were giving that time to a younger player. Like had we kept Pobega, for instance, that'd be giving them a lot more time and effort and really good experience, like in the Manchester United matches, for example.
Yeah, true.
Last week, my biggest we talked about what we were looking for in the Nice match, and I was really looking forward.
Pete, sorry, guys, please mute your mics if you're not talking, just for the noise. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Pete.
In the Nice match, I was really looking forward to seeing how Brahim Diaz would do with the new number 10 on his back against an actual team, not a Prosesto or a Modena.
Right.
And I was really disappointed, mostly because he didn't really assert himself. He wasn't being, he wasn't being forceful, asking for the ball in between the lines. He was kind of a bystander for a lot of that, and that bothered me. But then in the Valencia game, he literally did everything that I was criticizing him for in the Nice game, and I really liked that.
Nice, good.
And I think I'm really looking forward to how he continues to improve. I'm worried. I mean, this is against Valencia, and most of the Serie A teams are going to play really aggressively and dirty, like Nice did.
Yeah, of course.
So I want to see how he does in those situations. I'll reserve my full judgment until then.
No, you bring up a good point, because in Serie A, they know he's light. They don't give a shit about him. They're gonna push him off the ball. They're gonna try and put him on the ground as much as possible. Yeah.
Nice thing is, though, he earns a lot of free kicks because he keeps the ball at his feet really well.
True.
We've had a ton of free kicks in really good areas in these preseason games because of that. So I mean, there is a benefit. There is a small benefit.
Yeah. And one thing, going to the Maldini question, and Maldini's performances, what is your opinion on this?
Two things. We need to temper our expectations because he's a Maldini. Take that out of it. Just he's Daniel, and he's 19, and he plays for AC Milan. I'm serious, because if we just put all these expectations on him, it's not going to go well. This year, he could explode, score kind of like Hauge did, right? Score a few goals, crucial goals, do some flashy things in important matches when we really needed it the most. And then suddenly, oh my God, he's the heir to the Maldini legacy. And now all of a sudden that's on his shoulders. We need to calm down because he's 19 years old. So we need to give him time and be patient, temper our expectations. But there is a lot of encouraging signs. I think it was in the post game of the Valencia match stream, I was listening, and I agreed with a lot of what Lucas was saying about Maldini. I think he and Rohit were having an argument about him. I agreed with both, but I agreed with a lot of what Lucas was saying. I think he has a lot of potential. And I'm glad we're giving him time and keeping him on the team. I just hope we give him a lot more time than we did last year. And we should. He was only 18 last season, for much of last season. So,
all right. And one last thing. What Gensil asked, what about you guys' opinion on Tel being our free kick taker? I think he's better than Hakan.
I think so he's a left-footed player, so I think it just depends on where the free kick is being taken from. And I think Tonali, I noticed him being really passive. He's always standing around the ball and then not demanding to take those free kicks in more advantageous positions. And he's obviously a superior free kick taker to Maldini.
Maldini took a good free kick, actually, though.
He did.
It was off target, but the height was good.
I mean, and Daniel Maldini has made plenty of.
Maldini was the first free kick taker for the Primavera, by the way. He was the first choice free kick taker for the Primavera.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I've seen. So I was about to say I've seen plenty of highlights of Daniel Maldini kicking amazing, like Roberto Baggio level free kicks in Primavera, but
Damn.
but the problem is that's in Primavera, and I think Tonali's done it at higher levels. He had that amazing one against Genoa his first season in Serie A with Brescia, and he's been the primary free kick and set piece taker for Brescia for a really long time. I think we need to give him a chance anyway, and I think Teo's a good free kick taker too. I just think it's just like I said, depends on where on the pitch the ball is being placed.
And we
All
also
right.
when we also played against Brescia, he hit the bar when he tried to score a free kick against us.
Yep.
All right, Pete. Excellent takes. Excellent takes. Guys, we have two more members, and then we're going to move on to the next discussion. Rohit, give us your takes on these two games that we saw. And Daniel Ford says, totally agree. We cannot get too high or too low on guys like Maldini, Tonali, and Pobega. We need opportunity and time. By the way, guys, Laert is here. What's up, Laert? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? Oh,
Excellent.
good.
Excellent. All right, Rohit, give us your take on these two games.
So first, let me start with Nice first. So Nice, I mean, was definitely physically more, prepared than us, and they physically overpowered us. And I think we were not up to facing Nice, and we were not expecting them to challenge us as much. But I think we gave a good fight. We saw a lot of promising performances from our players as a team and individually. Moving on to Valencia game, even the Valencia game, I saw some difference in terms of performances. I saw players playing closer to each other, forming way more passing triangles, getting past Valencia's press, and the only thing that was missing for me was the finish. Leao, Maldini, and Brahim Diaz all putting good performances. Tonali and Pobega putting decent performances. Fode Ballatore actually, I felt that he offered something different to what Theo can offer. And for me, I think this should not be a precursor to what we can expect because Nice and Valencia play very differently to what a Serie A team like Udinese can do. And I think that we should not use this as a precursor because I saw like around 6 to 7 Valencia players trying to press us high up the pitch, and that's something I don't see in a Serie A match unless it's a Juventus or a Lazio or something like even not even Inter Milan press so high. So I think this is not something that we cannot use as a precursor. Maybe we can use it to test our passing combinations and test our fitnesses. But
Yeah.
this is not something we can test in terms of Serie A. And as to the
Rohit,
question, yeah,
it's a good sign for the Champions League, though, right? And we're going to play a lot of teams that play a high line, much like Valencia did. Maybe at a higher level than Valencia, but similar.
I mean, going by what I saw from Porto and even teams like Benfica and Shakhtar Donetsk last season. I mean, Shakhtar Donetsk played a defensive game, but going by that quality, if they have faster and fitter players, if I mean that's I mean if we kind of we kind of struggled against Nice, but I'm not gonna count that much as because we were not that physically and tactically prepared. If this is the kind of performances we're gonna put out, I think we're gonna have a very bad time because even a Porto can even tear us apart with the kind of with the kind of tactically drilled players they do have. Yeah, and about Maldini, harsh on him.
Oh,
I still don't think that we should just kind of kind of be big on him just because he had 45 good minutes. And he played in the Primavera second level, and all of the players from that team that he played with, that is Colombo, Luan Capani, Bresciani, Olzer, all of them have been loaned out, and only it's Maldini that has remained in this team. Yeah, I mean, we know that he has to stay in the team for the reason of homegrown rule. I was happy to see that Maldini was actually kind of combining well with Diaz and all the other players, and kind get tactically growing into the system. But I mean, when we cannot expect a 19-year-old to be mature and get thrown into the deep end, and like for example, when we want a goal, we're 2-1 down and we want a goal, and we cannot just throw in Daniel Maldini and expect him to be big in that situation, because he cannot offer something like what a Rebic or a Giroud can offer in terms of experience and performances on the big stage. I mean, it's fine to see these players do well in the preseason friendly, and it's great to see that as a team we are progressing and we're getting more chances. But it's also, I mean, for Pioli, I think these preseason games were a time to test the passing combinations, because our game is totally on team chemistry. I mean, last season we suffered a lot because we kept chopping and changing our team, and there was a lot of confusion between our players, because they were not used to playing with each other, because every game there was a different 11. But now with I mean, around 2 months of preparation of training and now preseason matches, these players are getting used to each other, and they're using their time and these matches to good avail. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you especially on that Maldini thing. Like, he's had two excellent games. He has had two excellent games, but let's not expect him to be the savior when we're down a goal, and then we want Maldini to come in. It's too early for that. But I do want to say, guys, and we're going to go into an open discussion in a minute after Layert's take. I do want to say that, in my opinion, Maldini showed to be the most, let's say, leader-esque kind of player against Valencia in that friendly that we saw the other day. He won a lot of balls in their half. He connected the two phases, the midfield into the offense. He tried to be dangerous. He showed me that the guy has leadership qualities in his blood. I guess both his grandfather was a captain that lifted that Champions League. His father is a captain that lifted that Champions League. Guys, maybe, just maybe, he has that same blood. All right, Layert, finish it off. Tell us what you thought about these two last games, and then we're going to open discussion.
First of all, the Nice game was useless in my opinion, because they were really aggressive and we could have risked some serious injury in that game. So I'm glad that our team didn't give 100% of that game. I saw a lot of players that actually didn't really perform well, not because they're not good enough, but because they were quite scared to get injured and the level was too aggressive. So I don't even consider it as a test, to be honest. We are like a 3 or 4 weeks behind them. So doing such an aggressive game against them, there is no point. We're gonna get just injured or do something stupid. With Valencia, it was better. I think it was the same level of preparation in terms of physical preparation. I think they're gonna start the league a week before Serie A, so similar level. Everyone played well, I think. Of course, some people play better. Diaz is in a good shape. I think he's gonna do a great season. As I say, he's gonna do a better season than Çalhanoğlu. And I want to see him now without Lukaku, what he's going to do. Let's see.
Nice.
Anyway,
yeah.
What I liked about the Valencia game is that in some position of the pitch, we have more than one option. So let's say the previous year we didn't have any option on the left side. We had just Theo Hernandez. Now we have a proper player that actually can even play instead of Theo and keep him in the bench for a few games.
It
On
does
the
look
right,
like that. It does look
yeah,
like that.
I feel like Theo Hernandez is gonna stay in the bench to rest for more than 10 or 15 games next season. So I don't think he's gonna play all the games. I think we played well considering we didn't have KC, which is our most important player. We all know without KC, AC Milan is not a top 4 team at the moment. We all know that. And playing without that player and still performing, it means that other players are growing and they're taking responsibility in the pitch. They are trying to get better and better. Samu Castillejo is not good enough to be in the squad in the 26. But I know we're gonna keep him. As I say, him and Krunic, we're gonna keep them until their contract runs out, and we're not gonna renew them. We're gonna let them go for free. I know that for sure.
Do we know when their contracts run out?
2 years.
Does anybody have? In 2 years. Wow. Skillet, you got 2 years.
2 or 3. I think Samu is 2 years. Maybe Krunic is 3. So I don't want to. The only thing can save us from them is that COVID finished quick. Other teams get some money and they actually try to buy them or loan them out. But we're gonna keep them, guys. And Conti, his contract expires in a year, I think. So I think it's last year for Conti.
Yeah.
Caldara as well. His contract expires in 1 or 2 years. So we're gonna just loan them out. So that's our destiny for. At this moment, we just need to wait for these players, the contract to run out, or somebody offers a 3, 4, 5 million or a loan. So that's a bit of a bummer because probably that stops us for buying a player more than actually us not having the money. I feel like we have the money, but the American owners, they don't realize that actually we cannot bring a player out and put somebody in. But I think they see it in that way. They see, okay, we have 26 players. You bring one out and you put one in. It's not about the money. If you don't bring somebody out, nobody get in. So that's my fear. I know Gazidis understands that, but on the other side, the owner, they look the financial side of this, and they're like, I'm not gonna keep in my paycheck an extra person, so I don't care. You play with this person or you loan this person out. So it's really dangerous situation.
Quick question, Nate. Sorry, Nate. Before you continue, a quick question for you. If Dalot doesn't come, because that's who they want to go for the right, would you be happy with Conte?
The problem of Conte is his salary is, I think, 3.5 million.
No, but let's say, apart from his salary, if that's the only choice we have, like technically, would you be happy with him?
Technically, yeah, why not? I mean, yeah. I know they're getting rid of Conte because they want to save 1.5 million in salary or something like that. They want to save some money. But on the other side, I don't know. Dalot is a bit better, let's be honest. And bringing in Dalot, it's
high ceiling.
Yeah, has more high ceiling. And it's like telling the guy, listen, come to us and we're going to buy you. You're going to be part of AC Milan for good. So just don't give up on us. So it's an opportunity to tell him, we're going to loan you this year, but next year we're going to buy you. So you're going to be part of the family. In the long run, it's better to have Dalot than Conte. And he's a Portuguese national team. So he's gonna build a international football experience. So it's important to have him in the squad more than Conte. Conte is the past. As I say, we need to get rid of these players. Second, another thing, talking about Maldini, that would be a dream to see him win a Champions League with AC Milan. Even not being the captain, even being part of the squad, being part of the 22. being not the best player or not the leader, but a key player for us, the first 15 players a team has. That would be a dream. That would be lovely. That would be something special, something never seen before, probably. So we should not give up on that. I think is something we should protect. I know a lot of people think, oh, he's playing because he's the Maldini son. I think, as I said the other days, when he was 10, 12, 15, maybe he was playing because he was Maldini's son. But when you become a pro and they're paying you 300K a year, I'm pretty sure Gazidis is not gonna keep him because he's Maldini's son. That's for sure. They're gonna sell him, and he has an agent as well. So I'm sure he wants to play a bit more. He doesn't want to be that person. I don't think it's that personality.
He wants to develop his own career.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, guys. All right. Excellent takes by everybody. So now we're going to move on to the open discussion where we're going to feed off of the chat. I do have a topic that I want to bring forward, and then we're going to all get together here in an open discussion kind of layout. And the topic I want to bring here is this one right here. My opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. Then we can feed off of that. Against Valencia, Tonali showed that he can be a midfield metronome. He's only 21. Is the sky the limit? So what I saw from Tonali against Valencia was that when he was on the field, Milan made Valencia look like they were suffering. They're children. Some people didn't say that. Some people weren't happy with Tonali at all. But I was commentating the game, so I was seeing every little detail. Tonali bossed that midfield really well, much better than he played the previous game. So let's open the discussion on that. Anybody has an opinion on Tonali and his trajectory? Anyone can just go.
I can start. I think a lot of people, I don't know you, Roy, but a lot of people, especially on Twitter, they are in love with the idea of what Tonali can be, and they're not actually looking at what Tonali actually is. Tonali is not, in my opinion, when he plays football for AC Milan, he's not such a special player. He's still an okay player. So people need to get rid of that idea because they are just seeing a player that is still not there. He's not at the level of Benacer. He's not even close at the level of Kessie. So, and people are still looking at him like he's the player who's gonna save our midfield or save our team. I'm not saying we need to sell him or something like that, but he needs to show some personality when he plays football. He needs to be more brave. He needs to see.
I thought he showed a lot of personality against. I know it's a friendly, and I know we shouldn't judge players negatively if they play negative, and we shouldn't judge players too positively if they play positive. My opinion is that he showed a lot of personality against Valencia.
I don't know. I didn't see anything incredible from him against Nice, against Valencia. I still think it's when somebody is when Tonali is gonna be at the right level. I'm looking forward to see is at that level that you're not sure if you're gonna put in the pitch Benacer, Tonali or Kessie. You know what I mean? I need a player at that level. The three midfield, we need a player that actually you are like, okay, for this game, probably Tonali is better than Kessie. Or we can sell Kessie because Tonali is ready, he can play. Even the people who love Tonali, no one is gonna say, oh, let's sell Kessie and play Tonali. So that's the reality. He's not ready to play as a first choice for AC Milan in Serie A, and we achieve top 4. We still are not sure about that. He's gonna get at that level. When he's gonna get at that level, I agree with people when say, "Oh, he did a great game."
Yeah, guys, anybody can interject. This is open discussion, so we can go to each other. I'm gonna just say, right now, I disagree with that take. I think Tonali is going to give Benacer a run for his money because I saw some very special things from Tonali. But anyway, guys, anybody can interject.
I agree with that and disagree with that. Of course, he's not Kessie yet. Kessie's older. If we remember Kessie at Tonali's age, or even Kessie at the amount of time at Milan, if we did that metric, Kessie lacked personality. We didn't see any personality from Kessie until he almost got into a brawl with Bealey on the bench. I don't remember what year that was. A couple years ago. He wasn't ready. Benacer wasn't ready his first season at Milan. It's a big, massive weight on your shoulders playing for these colors, and he has extra weight because the media called him Pirlo. Pirlo wasn't ready at Tonali's age to be Pirlo. So Tonali is too young to be ready to be whatever Tonali's going to be. I've heard some good comparisons in the past with what Tonali could be. You hear the Pirlo comparison, which is absolutely ridiculous. Of course, he's not Andrea Pirlo. They're completely different players, completely different styles. I think Gattuso is closer to the mark, but I like the Albertini comparison more.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's going to be Albertini either. We need to temper our expectations. Tonali I think he has a lot of potential to be the best Tonali he can be. I think he'll be a great player one day. It's just going to take some time. He's very young. It's going to take time. So I agree with you halfway. Right now, if we're talking about right now, I completely agree with you. He's not 100% ready, but he's shown flashes, and he'll get there eventually. We just need to be patient. We were patient. We were very impatient with Kessie, but the management was patient, and that ended up paying off in spades. So
I want to see how prepared you guys are. What did Tonali do against Valencia? What was the one very peculiar thing that he did tactically against Valencia? Let's see who knows.
He dropped back behind the two central defenders.
Yeah,
and received the ball when players were in difficult spots. Like you said, he's the metronome. He played the Benacer role, but he dropped even deeper back than Benacer even does in a game.
Right. He literally went like 8. It was so peculiar because Milan played building. They played with a 3 in the back, but the 3 were Romagnoli, Tonali, and Tomori. He came really deep, and that tells me he's got personality because he came to get the ball and start the plays. He started to dictate the tempo. That was good, I thought.
I saw a still image of the Rafael Leao fake offside call on his goal. I saw a still image of Tomori lofting the ball to Leao. It's a still image of our entire formation all set up. Looks really cool. But anyway, you can see Romagnoli's like a full 5-10 yards further upfield than Tonali is, and Tomori's like 15 yards upfield further. So yeah, you're right. You're completely right.
Yeah, it was very cool to see. Guys, anybody else takes on Tonali? Disagreements, agreements?
Yeah. So Layat and Tweet stole all my points. Actually, Tonali did the same thing against Nice as well. He was sitting back as a kind of a third center back and forming a passing triangle to kind of break Valencia's pressing. It kind of helped us to it kind of helped our fullbacks to play wide. I agree with Clyde in terms of at the present Tonali has not been realizing his potential, and he's not as good as Benacer. And I think that he can be a great player in the future, like how we can say for many n number of players. But I think he should obviously up the ante if he actually does want to, start for us in the long term future. What I want to see from him is to become a bit more of a player who can control the ball, who a proper natural regista, control the the kind of attacks where we want to attack, the wings we want to use, be unpredictable, pass the ball out from the back, have more ball control. I know I'm being a kind of over expectant, and this would come to him in a few. I hope it comes to him in a few years. But and also I think that he's been added to the team for the homegrown rule as well, where we need 8 Italian players in the minimum. So I think Tonali will be a backup to Benacer until maybe Benacer is sold for capital gains, and we have Tonali who is ready to take over as his successor. I think that like we need to we do have a lot of I mean he has a lot of improvements to make, and he has to improve a lot. But I think it's a bit harsh to say he's not what we intend to be, what we intend him to be. He can be a great, and one like I said in the other day, Marcel Jacobs, the Italian who won the gold medal, ran at 43 kilometers per hour, and I saw once Tonali clocking at 35 kilometers per hour. So especially when you're playing a high line and you get countered, I think this kind of pace can be actually useful for us when we're defending. So I think Tonali does have the potential, but I think he should come out a bit and realize his potential. But as in the case of his position, that is a regista, it does registas are more like they grow like fine wine. They age better with I mean they age better with their position. So like if we are giving him a little bit of time, then I think he can be what we intend him to be.
All right. Yeah, guys. I honestly I think Tonali is going to be ready this year. From what I'm seeing, I think Tonali is going to be ready this year. Guys, again, this is the open discussion section. You can interject if you have something to say. Don't wait for me to call you. So if you have anything else to say about Tonali, Saif, Skiller, Lucas, and we do have a new guest, Papito. What's up, Papito? He's on mute.
Hey, yo, what's good? Was good? Good, fam.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you Core?
Yeah, what's up?
Are you from
No,
South London?
Oh no, I'm from South Africa.
Okay.
Are you the
London.
Are you the Bayern Munich fan?
No, I'm actually a South African team fan, but I
Which
really
one?
like Barcelona.
Which team?
Oh,
No, just like the South African international team. You know.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, good you joined us because we are going to be talking about Barcelona in a second here.
Okay.
Guys, Lucas, you always have shit to say. You got nothing to say about Tonali, and Larek saying that Tonali is not good enough.
I got shit to say. First of all, Rohit, I didn't hear anything you said. I didn't understand anything you said, and I don't remember anything you said. So, if you like to repeat what you said, can you please repeat it?
Lucas,
No,
Lucas, you can watch the
video, but
replay.
it's gonna come
You can
out.
watch
Don't
the
worry.
replay and
I
pay
was kidding.
attention.
I was kidding. I don't want to hear him talk about it again. Tonali was great against Nice in like the first 30 minutes. Then in the last 15 minutes he dropped off, and in the second half he came back up. In the Valencia game he was consistent, and I'm seeing improvement on him. So I think he's going to have a great season.
All right, okay, straight to the point.
Okay. I have a question for you guys. Let's say Tonali is performing at the level we saw in these two
Valencia
preseason
game.
games.
The Valencia game he was more special.
Let's say Valencia and Nice. Let's say he's performing during the season in these two ways. So he's doing great, good performance, bad performance, good performance, bad performance. And we buy another midfielder, let's say Bakayoko or anyone else that actually performs more consistently. And we are losing the game or we are drawing the game, and somebody needs to come from the bench. Do you put Tonali or you put the other person that actually is consistent?
But Tonali is not there to make you win a game if you're losing. Tonali is there to control the tempo.
Well, you still need to put a midfielder because the Benacer has a yellow card, so you need to put a midfield. Are you putting the one that actually is consistent with his performance, or you putting Tonali?
Hold on, Larry.
Who's the alternative?
If I'm a coach and I'm losing, and I'm in that kind of situation, and I have, let's say, 20 minutes left, I'm going to sacrifice my position and put in an extra offensive player. I'm not going to put in another regista. So that's a strange question.
No. The question is simple. You are attacking, and with the player you have, you are attacking pretty well. You don't need to add an extra striker to attack good. With the player you have, you are actually creating chance. You just need to put another midfield because the one you are in the pitch, he has a yellow card, and you don't want to go down with the match.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what
I
is
get
the
the
choice?
question.
You go for the player that actually is consistent, like Pioli did in the previous season with Mete, or you go with Tonali. They actually, you don't know which day is gonna show up. What day is
I
gonna show
think
up?
Tonali is going to be more consistent this year, so I'll go with Tonali, 100%.
Yeah. Can I just reply to that? I think based on what I saw last season, maybe Tonali is not the right person. I understand the situation that you described. You need someone who can recover the ball, I think. And I saw more of Pobega recovering the ball, especially if we needed to do a quick counter or to really re-energize our attack. So in that situation, I wouldn't put Tonali. But just to add on to the previous discussion points earlier, is that, and I said this, I believe.
I can't wait. Sorry, Skillert. I can't wait, Tick Size, for you to eat your words during this season. I can't wait. Go ahead.
Yeah. I really want to see in the upcoming seasons, there's going to be a few, what I see is a few tiers of teams, yeah? Some of the teams that were recently promoted from Serie B, maybe they're still not that good. So these are where I would like to see Tonali and some of the younger players actually start. I don't think we need to see the same starting 11 every single game. You know, we're playing Champions League. We're going to maintain high tempo. Some guys need a rest. So why can't we field like all the younger guys in a team that I don't want to really underrate some teams, but in a team that we shouldn't have a problem against. Let me put it that way. Like last season, we had we won 4-0.
I'll tell you an example, because you can do that against Spezia, for example, next season, and you lose 2-0, and everyone is saying Pioli out. Why didn't put Benacer, but you put Tonali in? So that's why Pioli doesn't do that, because it's his skin on there. It's not your skin or my skin. He's gonna get fired, and he's looking to keep his job. So sometimes when a youngster is not prepared to play, I would say dirty against this lower team, you put the experience, sometimes you put Krunic or Casti, because they are 26, 27. They had more game than Tonali or other youngsters. They have more talent, but they don't have the experience to handle games like this. So it's really complicated. That's why the question is, are people going to be ready next season to actually accept the fact that maybe Tonali is still not ready to be a starter or to be a key player for our team? Because a lot of people are creating a lot of high expectation on the player, the way they are judging the player. I feel like the way you guys are judging the player in the last 2 games, I feel like you already are seeing something that is not there.
I think the best way to judge Tonali is, remember, he's 21. There's really a handful of players.
Leao is 21 as well, but people are killing him when he doesn't perform.
Okay, go ahead, Pete.
I think you're conflating us and our opinions on this with the retards on Twitter who think that he's the next Pirlo. I like him, but obviously we need to be patient, and maybe that means we need to bring in another defensive midfielder. I actually do think we do. I think having a 5 rotation midfield would be good. I just think 2 things can be true at once. We need more depth in midfield because of those situations you mentioned, and we need to be patient with Tonali, and I think it'll pay off.
Yeah, guys, exactly. We just need to be patient with Tonali. Look, the best way to see Tonali right now is he's 21. There's not many players in world football that are 21 and are just going to go into a team where the shirt is heavy of £1 million like AC Milan and just dominate. You got to give these guys more than 1, 2, 3 years. Especially the metronome role, the regista. That's the role where you need to be the most confident because you are literally organizing the whole team. So I'm not expecting Tonali to do that at high levels right away, but I'm definitely seeing his ability to do it. And right, you give him more minutes, he's going to do well in his minutes. Yeah.
We have a Barcelona fan. Barcelona actually they feel quite young players in their starting lineup in big games.
I think he left.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's still.
Where he left.
Yeah,
Well, Barcelona, I would say, is different because in Spanish football, just Spanish players, the way they're brought up, for some reason they bloom really early. Okay, all right. Bring it on, Kick Size. Rubber Troy, you excuse Tonali, but expect more from Leao. No, listen. From Leao, I expect him to be more dangerous. Leao had some shit games last year, and that's it. Tonali never had shit games. He just had games. Hold on. Let me finish. No, Lucas, let me finish.
Bro, you're making yourself look like a clown, bro.
No. Tonali had games where he didn't exceed or he didn't, do as much as he was supposed to do, but he never really, like Leao just had games where he was just embarrassingly bad. I think it's different. Guys, Tick Size, I cannot wait for Tick Size to say man of the match Tonali. Oh my God, I love Tonali. I cannot wait for this day because I know it's coming.
Right, I disagree.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, let Papito talk. And then Lucas, you go.
All right. First of all, I just want to throw it out there. The guy in the hat, you are a good-looking man, bro.
Who?
All right. You.
Oh,
oh, bro. You
yeah.
Compliments here live.
And I'm very saddened that fucking Messi is leaving. Wait, am I allowed to swear or?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So Messi's leaving Barcelona. I might drop Barcelona. I might stop supporting Barcelona.
Just because of Messi?
Yeah, bro.
He's joining Milan, bro.
Are you for real, man?
All right. And Lucas, what were you saying? Go ahead.
I remember your live stream where you did the rankings, and you put Tonali as an overrated player in that video.
I didn't even have that option. I didn't even have that option.
The tier list. The tier list.
I put him as decent.
Nah, he wasn't decent. You put him in the same category as Leao. You put him in the same category as Leao.
I think that's fair.
And he wasn't decent.
I think that's fair.
So how can you say that Leao had bad games and all that?
No, Leao had much more responsibility this last season than Tonali. This is obvious. This is very obvious. Leao's responsibilities, his second season with Milan, right? His second season with Milan, and he was put in a position where he had to score goals, he had to make things happen. Tonali was a bench player that just came in to cover up the patches. Very big, different roles.
But Leao scored 6 goals and made 6 assists.
Yeah, Leao. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
That's just in the league. So you can't say Leao was worse than Tonali. Like, please retract your comment, and I'll be happy.
Was Leao worse than Tonali? No. According to expectations, Leao was worse than Tonali. Yes.
Okay.
But I will say this. I will agree with Skiller. It was not Leao's fault.
I agree. Pioli kept putting him as a lone striker, which is terrible.
Correct.
Yeah. But I agree with you, Roy. Like, I love Italian players too. I think Italian players are the best players in the world. I think every single Italian player is better than Messi, Ronaldo, and I think all your ideas.
Yo, especially
Verratti.
don't mention Messi.
Guys, this is the smartest thing I've ever heard Lucas say.
Thank you, Roy.
Come on. This Lucas kid, man. What do you mean Messi?
All right. Let's do this, guys. Since I did bring this was one. Anybody else want to finish on Saif? I didn't hear you about Tonali.
Well, obviously everyone made very good points. It's just about the personality. Many games I see him lost. He doesn't know what to do. Like, he obviously has the talent. Also, we don't do him much favor when we always compare him. Some people say he's the next Gattuso. Some people say he's the next Pirlo. Just let him be the next Tonali, for fuck's sake. Tonali. Like, why do you have to always compare him?
But guys, Pete said it perfectly. He plays exactly the same as Albertini. Exactly the same. All right, guys. Let's move on to this subject. It's a non-Milan subject, but it's a world football subject. Where is Messi going to play? What's happening with Messi? What do you guys think? We have a Barcelona fan here, so it's a perfect segue.
Let's go. Yeah, what's up, guys? What's poppin'? So I think Messi, like, let them just be honest. Like, I think Messi is going to Juventus, bro.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, look, leakers have found out that, like, Messi and Ronaldo are, like, starting to, like, fix, like, their beef and stuff. So yeah,
it's not an Hollywood film.
No,
man. It's reality. Juventus doesn't have the money to pay him.
No, come on, Messi's gonna go to Juventus, bro. Come on.
They've been fixing their beef. What? You've been listening to their phone calls or what?
Impossible.
Yeah. No.
I mean, if he's thinking to buy the club and play there, yeah, maybe. But I don't think he's gonna go to Juventus. He's going to PSG, man. PSG or signing again for Barcelona, depends on the two situations.
He just had a picture in Ibiza with Neymar, Paredes, Di Maria, Verratti. What does Neymar, Paredes, Di Maria, Verratti have in common? They all play for PSG. And Messi has a smile from one ear to the other. I think it's obvious he's going to PSG.
Yeah, it's not 100% obvious. Let's see. Maybe he's signing again for Barcelona. Let's see what they say, the La Liga boys. Maybe they break the rules for him.
Yeah, I think it's still too soon. He's not going to Juventus. They can't even afford Locatelli right now. So
yeah, PSG
Thank you for reminding me that. Make me
like there are journalists confirming that he's going to PSG on a 2-year deal. So I think it's over.
Deal.
Yeah.
Guys, we do have our transfer guru here. The RossonARI transfer guru is here, Antonio. By the way.
What up?
How's it going, guys? Just to confirm, there's like I'd say a 97% chance Messi's going to PSG. You had besides the club's official statement, you literally have like players like Ansu Fati who have posted like public like goodbyes. Like his teammates are saying goodbye, and there's multiple news reports that are saying that this is basically a done deal. PSG is the only club to go after him in the 24 hours. So this is almost a done deal. Basically.
Bring on the Super League.
No, please, man.
Yes, please.
No way. No.
Please bring.
Man, if Lucas wants it, Roy, you should think about the idea. If really Lucas likes it, it means that it's not a good idea, man.
Like you're the same person that said the ball wasn't a good player. Don't forget that. You said the ball wasn't a good player.
You said De Boer is not a good player?
Who?
The Paul. Lard said the ball wasn't a good player.
I didn't say
you should be ashamed of that.
I didn't say he's not a good player. He's overrated for sure.
All my days.
Yeah, all my days. Yeah, go for all my days. He went to Manchester United, did nothing. When he had the chance to play for a big club, it disappeared, man. So I'm sorry. Yeah, he's an average player for me.
I'm talking about the
Goes
Paul.
in that book.
Goes
in that book of the average player.
Pogba. I'm talking about the Paul, not Pogba.
The Paul. So the pie, man. I heard the pie. Sorry, man. Yeah, the Paul. Again, he plays for Udinese.
Yeah, but he just won the Copa America. And he
That's not in the final.
Listen, I saw that game. A lot of other people won that cup without being able to play in any good team. So don't worry, man. Doesn't mean anything. I can play that cup with Messi, be in the bench. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be a good player. The Paul is not that the player everyone thinks he is. He's a good player.
Paul wasn't on the bench though.
I gotta say something. The Paul in against Brazil was outstandingly good. Outstandingly good.
Take all the trolling out of it, cut that away, and Lucas has a lot of really good takes. If you just ignore some of the trolling.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Pete.
I would
Pete
say
is the main one, bro.
I would say Lucas 95% of the takes are really good.
Not good enough for me. I'm sorry, man.
Thank you, Roy.
But
It's
that
not good enough for
5%
me.
is just that 5% is just too much, though.
Is that
Roy.
a picture of you, Lucas?
What?
Is that a picture of you, the one you put in your album?
No, it's my grandpa.
Hey,
your
Papito, I have a question for you. If
Yeah,
Messi
bro.
goes to PSG, are you going to become a PSG fan?
100%, bro.
Man, you should quit football. What is that way of supporting?
Incredible.
And Roy, like, can you like change like your voice pitch, because like your voice is like kind of like making me wet, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, he's gone. All right. That was kind of sick.
Nothing.
But
That was
right,
funny,
so-
man. I'm laughing.
let's move on. Antonio, what do you have for us today? Any news?
Yeah, the first player, I'm sure Lucas's favorite, Ilicic. That's looking like almost a done. That's like personal terms agreed. They're just trying to find a loan formula, I think, with Atalanta, which they're open to that, but they're still trying to figure it out. But that's looking like very close to being done. I did actually read though that Chaka Traoré might be going to Club Bruges. We don't know yet. So that was a player that we were interested in. And it looked like they were saying that it was almost a done deal, but it's not like confirmed whatsoever. So just two pieces.
Oh man, these done deals looks a bit weird, man.
I mean, I never said that he was a done deal, but it was like a lot of news reports were saying that it was very close. And I'm not saying Ilicic is a done deal whatsoever, but the Messi deal is like I really want to say it's a done deal, but it's not a done deal. But like the chances of him going to PSG are like insane. It's like they're just climbing every second. So
I think it's obvious. They're the only ones that can afford him. Like, who can afford 30 million? 30? What is it? Almost 50. It's almost 50 million a year or something like that. It's either Man City.
Net.
It's 30. That's 70 million gross. So we're talking about only two clubs can afford him: Man City and PSG. Nobody else.
You know what's funny is that Man City ended up spending 100 million for Grealish, and they literally could have got the best number 10 in the world. If they just paid his wages. So like I think that was a dumb move, but that's overpaid, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean they should have spent that money on Messi. Who is this? We've got a new person here.
You never know.
Don't say Roy's weapons.
Who is this?
Roy.
Limpasco. How are you, my man?
Roy, not a girlfriend, please.
Oh, hi.
Oh my God. All right. So let's move on. Let's keep on talking about.
You guys are getting too famous. You're getting a bunch of randoms in the streams now.
It would be better if you don't do that. Actually, please don't come here and do that. Let's keep on talking about Messi.
I should put my OnlyFans here so people can contact me there, not on YouTube. Oh man, these people! I knew it's gonna happen, man. We're giving the link to
Right.
a lot
Oh,
of people.
actually, guys, I want to say something. I do want to say something because I've been thinking about this, and I have to say this. Eventually, I don't know when, but this channel hopefully is going to, gain a lot of subscribers, and maybe, hopefully, one day when we do these lives, we're going to have lots and lots of people. So when it comes to the people that we invite here, we can't just open the link and have anybody come up here. So you guys that have been here since the beginning will get that priority. So, we're going to make sure that you guys will get that priority to come live and be part of the RossonARI TV. Anyway, having said that, let's keep on going.
That is true. That is true. We're gonna give the Raw is only fun, man. And private.
Let's talk. All right, so Messi, guys. Messi, only PSG or Man City? Nowhere else, right?
I'd say
Nice.
PSG right now.
It's also about the revenues part of it, right? I mean, Messi signing. I think there's an article that I read about the calculation is that Messi, how much he actually earns for the club in terms of the merchandise. So even though it's on a high salary, I don't know if there's actually other clubs that are willing to say, okay, we'll pay it upfront, but the revenue-wise, it'll balance out in the end.
He's massive, man.
Right.
He's a steal. He's a steal. I wish we didn't have Casti in the squad, man. We could have signed him.
I was actually like wondering if Elliot would be interested in that idea, because if they're interested in making money, and Messi will literally make money, so it's such a good investment. Plus, that's like he plays the perfect position that we need to improve. So that would be like amazing, but obviously we're not.
No, but Antonio, he's not an idiot. He doesn't want to play with Krunic and Samu, yeah?
Yeah,
No, technically, if it comes Krunic and Samu, that they don't play, so.
If he were to put money, where is he going?
PSG,
Paris
100%.
Saint-Germain.
PSG. Yeah.
100%, right? I mean, they have the Messi of goalkeepers. They have the next Messi, Mbappe. They have the Messi of midfielders, Verratti. That's it. And then they have Messi and they have Neymar. I mean, if he wants to win, where else would he go?
Well, we don't
Real
even have
Madrid.
it's not even about reasoning at this point. It's literally like the news sources are literally like confirming this as we speak right now. Like it's like basically a done deal. Unless it just breaks down completely. But Messi, I think they've agreed to terms already, and he's getting ready. I heard there's like a private jet already ready to take him to Paris. So like This is like basically happening right now.
And I think they already knew this. They already knew this. This is not a surprise. They already knew months ago. I mean, the guys have Griezmann, Aguero, Depay. They already have all the replacements.
Roy, I want to ask you something, and just tell me honestly. I understand that your prediction for Milan, the Champions League, you're very happy, you're very optimistic. Let's say we get PSG in the group stages. PSG.
Yeah.
These times, do you think we can beat them?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Because these names mean shit. At the end of the day, what really matters is your spirit, your heart, and your work rate. That's what matters.
Who do you guys take? Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, or Kjaer and Tomori at the back? Like, who's gonna be more successful? Like, let's be honest.
Kjaer and Tomori.
Exactly. No one's getting past them.
But no, it's not just Kjaer and Tomori. It's Kjaer, Tomori, Calabria, Kessi. That quadrant defensively, you can put anybody in front of them. Nobody's going to pass it. Put Romagnoli in there too.
I was seeing that the Messi to PSG thing was a done deal. They were just waiting on financial fair play decision, which is, it's just a formality because isn't their president or their owner part of that board, the FFP board anyway? So he can just decide however he wants.
The president of who?
PSG.
Yeah.
He's in the UEFA board, and he was actually a player after the Super League scandal. Like he got a higher position. That's literally why he didn't join the Super League. Is because they're so close to UEFA that they get whatever they want anyway. So.
It's disgusting.
That's why Laird agrees with me that we should definitely do the Super League right away.
I'm against. I remember
That's
Pete
one
wanted to beat you as well.
I remember Lucas. The first time I said I want to do the Super League, Lucas literally wrote, and I don't, for some reason I still remember this. Lucas read, "Well then, fuck off, Roy." So something changed, Lucas. What changed?
Lucas, can I ask you a question, just out of curiosity? If we do the Super League, basically PSG, instead of spending 400 million, they're gonna spend 800 million. Do you understand that the problem is not the Super League, the Premier League, the Serie A? The problem is that some owners, they have infinite money. Their money are endless. They don't finish. For them, PSG is a game. It's like for me and you going out for beers. That is their toy. It's like the PSG is their PlayStation 5, basically. So they buy a game every week without any problem. So if you put them in the Super League, they win it every year. They spend more than everyone. They become bigger than everyone. And they don't care anymore. It's basically the same thing.
They're not invited.
Then let's do a Serie A x La Liga.
Believe me.
Partnership. La Liga x Serie A. Barcelona versus AC Milan, Real Madrid versus Juventus. I think that'll be good.
Guys,
I think that'll be good.
For the financial aspect of it, like,
and I'm sorry, Antonio, but for Roy's question, he asked me what changed. I was watching RossonARI TV a lot, and watching RossonARI TV and liking their videos gives you knowledge. So anyone that wants knowledge, all you have to do is like the video and subscribe. Simple. Thank you, Roy.
Finally say something that makes sense, man.
Ole Lucas! Ole Lucas! Nice.
I think we can all agree
Beautiful.
on that. No controversial statements there.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
Well said, Lucas. Well said.
Finally.
But
Thank you,
I was trying to talk about the financial aspects of it. Like what Laird said was like about the owners is kind of true, but the main reason is because of like their sponsorships. Like you have these owners that are from like these associated with Middle Eastern countries, and they have like where oil is abundant. So you have like these different companies that are sponsoring and giving like inputting money into these giant teams. You know what's interesting though is the richest country that is looking to actually own a team is Saudi Arabia. And this Saudi Arabian company was trying to buy Newcastle United. You guys have probably heard about that, but it didn't go through. I think it's because of some reason for the Premier League or something like that. But imagine if they bought us or whatever team they buy. Like they have more money associated with them than any other than Abu Dhabi and Qatar. So.
I do want to say something. So, we like to now talk shit about PSG because they have these super rich owners. But if we had that super rich owner, would we still be talking shit about having super rich owners? We'd probably be happy, right?
Probably not.
No?
Exactly.
Antonio, also in Saudi Arabia and Qatar and these countries where these financiers are buying these clubs, I think a lot of it, European ownership, they're a lot less excited about the idea of owning a football team. I think it's kind of old hat to buy a football team. It's not as exciting as it used to be. But these places like Saudi Arabia and Qatar, it's a really good way. They have like the owners of Emirates and everything. It's a good way for them to market in the Western world where that kind of trade route has been closed off for a long time. And so they have a lot more motivation to be doing what they're doing. Even if they just sink a ton of money into a PSG, it's doing a ton for their other brands. And so they're expanding in that way as well. We don't have that in Europe. You don't have that. You have it a little bit in America, but you don't really have that in Europe.
Nowhere near in Italy, except for Agnelli a little bit. That's it.
I'm more like I don't care about PSG spending money and getting all the players they want, because we did that in the 90s, late 80s. We bought basically the equivalent of what was at that time Mbappe, I don't know, Lewandowski, and Messi. You know, we bought the best players in the world at that time: Van Basten, Gullit, and Rijkaard.
But we
And
also
keep
create
buying.
we also created the best players.
Well, but that's still it's not because that was the rule at that time. You had to keep just 3 straight foreigner players, so you had to create. And that was the football at that time. But we could have spent money, endless money. We bought, for example, Papen. We bought Baggio. We bought Weah from PSG, by the way. So we were really the richest club in the world at that time, and no one was complaining. Napoli bought Maradona. Juventus bought Platini. Inter was buying Klinsmann, Matthäus, and all big players. So basically, that was the Premier League at that time. That was the Super League in that time, and no one was complaining. No one was saying, "Oh, let's do a Super League because the Italians have all the best players." So it's so unfair that us now are saying, "Let's do a Super League because the Premier League is too good and we cannot achieve that result." It's a bit childish. We need to
These are fair points.
work. We need to work harder. We need to do things better. We need
I
to
just
do it better.
I agree. I think in an open world where we're able to accomplish that, I agree with you. It's just we're getting, for lack of a better word, fucked from both ends, from UEFA, you know, and Fig C, and you know, everybody, the Italian government. There's no way to win if UEFA loosened their restrictions. Then the city council of Milan would still be bitching at us about building a new stadium. So no matter what, it's you know, it's like a hydra. You cut off one head and 3 more pop up.
That's exactly it. Right now we have the UEFA. That's the problem right now. Well, during the Berlusconi era, UEFA wasn't telling anybody how to spend, what to spend. So that is the problem, UEFA and their regulations. And UEFA just had 5 people arrested for corruption, I think yesterday.
Yeah.
And the PSG guy is in the board. Come on, the guy's called Seferin. I'm sorry, Pete, but
yeah, go ahead.
Just with the fact that he's called Seferin, like Seferin just is the name of a villain in a comic book. I mean, that just tells you everything.
Yeah, I think if it's not Super League, if something akin to that doesn't happen, it needs to be. We need to, at least as a brand, AC Milan as a brand, we need to lean on the fact that we're a global brand. Just look at everyone that comes on these chats, for instance. There's more Milan fans worldwide than there are Italian soccer fans in Italy altogether. Yeah. So we need to lean on that in order to. That's how we gain our independence, is leaning on the fact that we're a world brand, the way Real Madrid has and Barcelona has, for instance.
Yeah, the problem with that is that both of those clubs have financial problems right now, Barcelona especially. But I just was thinking, what about the idea of implementing like a salary cap system?
Antonio, your voice is kind of buried.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying, what about the idea of adding a salary cap system, like what La Liga is doing this year because of COVID, just to stop teams from overspending, like they were just trying to do. And that apparently that's what blocked Messi, but I think Barcelona were just trying to make a big deal about it. So
yeah, but if you do it and it's not consistent, all the good players will want to go to the place that doesn't have a salary cap. You're just pushing players out. If you want to do that, everyone's going to do the same thing then.
Yeah, that's how you make the MLS become the biggest league in the world, is implementing a salary cap on European teams.
No, it's the salary cap is what made PSG get Messi from Barcelona. If Barcelona didn't have a salary cap, now Messi is a Barcelona player. So salary cap is always going to punish the smaller team and give an advantage to the bigger team, because the bigger team, they can find another way to pay these players. They can give them a 1 million salary and pay them in bonuses with sponsorships and stuff like that, so they can create other type of contracts that smaller team like Atalanta, Lazio, or AC Milan we cannot do. They can actually say fly Emirates or whatever, Etihad, whatever is their sponsor, you're gonna pay Messi. He's gonna do 3 advertising for you, and you're gonna give him 35 million, and that's it. There is no more salary cap. It's a sponsorship. So it's every rules UEFA, which is a bunch of idiots with an office in Switzerland, they do, is gonna be easy manipulated or find a way from the lawyers of these big corporates, because the lawyers of Manchester United and PSG, they are way more knowledgeable than those 4 kids at UEFA working for UEFA. So it's just so stupid to put financial rules on football. Just let it spend. Let these people spend their money. They are rich. They don't have any problem. It's not our money. Actually, they just inject cash in the economy of these countries, and it's always better. So let them do it, man. It's a matter of ego. Just let them do it.
I disagree.
Hey guys,
100%.
Guys, I just want to say we only have 25 minutes left, so we are going to go into the quiz. But if anyone wants literally one more minute on this subject, if anybody has a take.
Roy, I just wanted to ask if we're going to preview the game against Madrid.
Say again?
I was asking if we're going to preview the game against Madrid.
Preview the game against Madrid? I don't know, maybe, but we're definitely going to stream it. I think we're going to stream the game.
Yeah, we're gonna try to stream it, guys, so we can get an easy 100K subs.
Good luck with the copyright.
So me and Roy, we can drive a Ferrari finally. Fuck's sake, we can drive an Italian car finally.
All right, guys, we have a lot of people on the stream now. 9. This is the most we can get on the stream, the most we've ever had on the stream. What's up, Majdeen? What's up, Youssef? How you doing?
Hey, mate. Hey, Roy.
Youssef, you came a little bit late. Unless, Laird, you want to continue after this, I have to go in 25 minutes.
Yeah, the only reason I jumped, first of all, how are you guys doing? The only reason I jumped in is I wanted to have my take on that Middle Eastern countries' money being involved. But I think Laird did a fantastic job with discussing that issue, and I think I agree with him. So I just wanted to say, these countries, it's they're backed by their governments, and they have their funds that are trillions and trillions of dollars. So $1 billion or a couple of billions is nothing. But this does not. But these countries are not the biggest economies in the world, because we all know that America is the biggest economy in the world, but their interest as a country is not in football. And as Laird mentioned, these countries, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, even the UAE, even Kuwait, like where I come from, their image, the way they are perceived in the Western world is very important, and they found football as a good gateway to improve their image, and I think it's working, because Qatar is going to have the World Cup out there in their land, so it's working. And even it's not just football. Even if you look at Formula One, there is a Bahrain Grand Prix. Bahrain is a part of the Middle East, and then we have this year is going to be a Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So they're just using these gateways to showcase their perceived or to change the perception of the Western world on these countries. Here in Kuwait, I don't think we give a fuck. So we're not interested in investing in sports and stuff like that. So that's basically what I want to say. And let's go for the quiz if you want. I have a question actually in the quiz I might add later.
Okay, guys, Lars, can you continue after the quiz? Can you continue? Go on.
Yeah, I can continue. All
right.
Roy,
guys, let's just. Yeah.
I'll say one quick thing. I wonder what these countries are gonna do when electric cars become more popular and gasoline use goes down, because I don't know where they're gonna be finding all this money after.
These countries actually don't sell. I don't want to turn this into an economy.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, by the way.
Even if it does, these countries sell their oil to China and Japan, not to the Western world.
Yeah,
so
I mean, before the
not gonna make a dent.
If that were to happen before the whole planet were to, let's say, shift to that energy source, we're talking about years and years and years. If that were to happen.
Oil is used for way more than just the gasoline we're putting in our cars as well. It's
the plastic.
It's used. Yeah, everything made of plastic, for instance. Yeah.
Yeah. So before oil disappears out of the economy, it's going to take. If it ever does, it'll take a long time. All right, guys, let's get into this quiz. I have rules for the quiz now, Bo, because last time I noticed that the chat was helping the panelists. So what we're going to do is you guys are going to head over to the private chat. I'm going to put the question there. It's an A, B, C, D answer. You got 10 seconds to respond. Then I'm going to put it up here. Going to see what the chat says, and then we'll see who wins. All right, let's go.
Roy, are we responding in the chat?
You're responding in the private chat. Okay. You're going to write A, B, C, or D, and then we're actually going to have a numerical system to see who wins today. Who is going to be the champion AC Milan quiz taker here? All right, let's go.
Why are people's mics muted? Hello, Roy?
Is that a question?
What's up?
Yeah. Because you can be typing something else, like
sorry. You know what, Majideen? Sorry, my man. Was there something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I actually came in. I wanted to speak about the whole idea about the football and Super League. I think what is going to happen sooner or later is that football is going to change. I think that what these clubs such as Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City are doing is that they're promoting their brands. I think now clubs like AC Milan, they need to create brand because they already have the followers. So they need to create the brand, and they create events where they generate a lot of money. I think that's something that what I like about Milan right now is they think about business. They don't want to spend too much money. They have wage cap because they think about money. They're not just spending money, which is a good thing, in my opinion, obviously. But we can go to the quiz. I don't mind even other points later on.
Guys, listen. Lariat is going to take over the stream as soon as I'm done here, so you guys can keep on the conversation. Go on. All right, let's get to the quiz. Everybody, head over to the private chat. I'm going to put in the first question. You have 10 seconds to answer this question, and then it'll go to public, and we'll see. Here we go.
So out loud, or do we write the question?
No,
the answer in the chat.
Write down A, B, C, or D, and then we're going to go. Oh, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. One more. No, that's it. All right. So the question was.
Wait. I didn't start, man. Sorry. Well, I'll go for this one. Sorry, guys.
Yo, liar, you had 20 seconds.
All right, guys. The question was, what year was Kaká named Serie A Footballer of the Year? A, 2005, B, 2007, C, 2004, D, 2006. Let's see. What did you guys write?
I want to change my answer, man.
Too late. Lucas says B, 2007. Antonio says B. Skiller says B. Majideen says B. B. A. Youssef B. B. Light B.
I typed A. I put A, I think.
Light, you only have one. I answered the question twice.
Sorry, my bad. Is the one which is right?
Guys, I am so incredibly disappointed in all of
No,
you.
I said A.
You said
I
A,
typed A.
right?
Yeah.
And what about the chat? Guys, all of you got it wrong. Not one person got it right. That is incredible. The right answer is actually C, 2004.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Let's go to
I
the
was
next
barely
one.
born. Come on now.
You were barely born?
No, I was really young, but still.
All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let's go to the next question here. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it the regular way because of time. All right, next, and then write down the answer in the private. Write down the answer. I'm just going to put it publicly, but you got 10 seconds to write down in the private. Are you ready? Here we go. When Sacchi returned to Milan in 1997, Milan finished the league in A, 4th, B, 7th, C, 9th, D, 11th.
That's gonna be the position Juventus is gonna finish with Allegri coming back.
Lart is a boomer, so I think he got this one right.
And guys, the only one to get it right is Laert. The answer is D, 11th. Isn't that crazy, guys? Sacchi, that was the year Tabares became the coach of AC Milan in 1997. Total disaster. Then Sacchi came back. Everybody thought that Sacchi was going to bring them back to the top. That was one of the worst finishes in Milan's history in these last 30 years. That is the correct answer. All right, let's go to the next one. In the AC Milan 1996 Scudetto winning year, how many assists did Baggio have as the top assist man of the 1996 league? A12, B15, C16, D14. Give me your answers.
Maybe D. Yeah, D can be A or D. 16 is a lot, man.
All right, guys, and the correct answer is, let's see who got it right. A. Who got A?
Me.
Everyone
Nice.
The dog as
correct-
well got it right.
Guys, nobody in the chat got this one. 12 assists, huh? Some guys
Yeah,
thought
right,
it was
got
much
it.
more. You got it?
Yeah.
So Antonio got A, Pete got A, Saif got A, Lard got A. A lot of you guys got A. Well done.
Just like Hakan Chanoglu 2 years ago.
It's only Skillet. Skillet got B.
Skillet got B.
Yeah.
Roy,
You
we
said
need
got-
we need more modern questions. Stop with the 90s, please.
No, hey, you guys got to know the whole history. We have to know the whole history. I do have some more modern questions, bro. This one here, guys.
The Banter
this
era
one-
is also history.
Yeah, I don't have questions for that one this time. But this one here, guys, is almost impossible to answer. I want to see if you can get it. Let's see who can get it in the chat. Nathan, what's up, my man? Let's see who can get it in the chat. Yeah, guys, it was Roberto Baggio. He won the Scudetto that year. Was it? Yeah, and 12 assists. 12 assists. All right, next question. Here we go. Let's see who gets this one. Nobody's going to get this. Remember, you only have 10 seconds to respond. If I'm counting, if it's more than 10 seconds, you will lose. Keep count of your score. Here we go. In the 3-0 win against AEK Athens match of the 2007 Champions League, who scored? A. Inzaghi, Gourcuff, Kaká. B. Seedorf, Gilardino, Kaká. C. Gourcuff, Inzaghi, Pirlo. D. Pirlo, Kaká. Come on, guys. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Can I see the question again? Sorry.
It's right there.
Where is it? I don't see it, man. I see A12 on the comment.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
So it's the 3-0 against who? ICAP Athens.
All right,
yeah,
Light, too long.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man,
too
give
long,
me a
too long.
second, man.
Too
Is
long.
the
Lucas, I think
Okay,
double
Light,
D's is the right answer, buddy.
I know Perlo scored.
Light is literally researching.
I'm not researching, man. I'm on Tinder. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm texting on Tinder.
All right, so Light says C, Yusuf D, Lucas D, Antonio B, Safe B, Pete B, Skiller B. Antonio says A. And the correct answer is A, Inzaghi Gorkuf Kaká. Wow, guys, look at that. Anybody got it in the chat? Nobody got it in the chat.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
That's a difficult one. That was a difficult one. Good guess for whoever got it. Guys, keep count on your score. Don't cheat. All right, let's go to the next one. Actually, tell us who got it.
Antonio.
Who got this one?
No,
Antonio got it, and someone else got it.
Well.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Wait, Antonio wrote B.
Oh
no, Antonio wrote the right answer. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. Here we go. This one here is a modern question. So, Saif, I'm expecting you to get this since you want the more modern questions. Guys, you only have 10 seconds to answer. Here we go. How many games was Pioli's first unbeaten streak with AC Milan that convinced Milan to abandon Ragnick? A11, B15, C9, D10. All right, and all your answers are in. Let's see. Antonio A, Skiller D, Light A, Safe A, C, Yusuf A, P, Shoot A. The right answer is D, guys, 10. Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Even though it's purely out.
Even though you're probably on the chat, the only one that got it is Felix. Not bad, not bad. All right, guys. Last one. Oh no, that was the last one. All right, guys, that's it. That's the quiz for today. So,
my statement is, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And in our case, that's a really good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's busy. That's why.
That's true.
His mind's elsewhere.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, Jamal got it.
Which out of the following nationalities, which one scored the most for Milan? Brazilian, Italian, Ukrainian, Swedish.
I think Swedish.
Yeah, well,
Swedish.
everyone knows that. You should have typed in the chat. Yeah, it is Swedish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
We had a striker that he scored a lot of goals from Sweden.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen, I really appreciate everybody. I got to go. Lauren is going to take over. Keep on going as long as you guys want. Have fun. Thank you to everybody. Much appreciated. Guys, I'll see you. We'll see you probably a preview. We'll probably have a preview for the Real Madrid game. But Sunday, we're going to try and see if we can stream the game and have a post game. So that's enough for me. Thank you, everybody, for joining the Milan Forum. Laert, have fun. Everybody else, thank you very much. See you next time. Ciao.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank you, Roy, man. See you. Let's keep it short, another half an hour. Just a free chat. If you guys have a question or something you want to talk about that we didn't talk during the live, I don't know if anyone has a question in the chat. What do you guys think? How are you guys feeling for Real Madrid game? Let's talk a bit about that. Is Kessie back for the game, or do we know anything about Kessie? He's gonna renew the contract. Any news?
I don't even know when he's coming back. There was a report that they're going to use the Sunday's game as a way of opening up discussions to buy Kessie from us, which I think is ridiculous. I don't know how reliable it was.
I also heard that they were going to use Sunday's game to talk about Odegaard and Isco.
Odegaard, I see it difficult. Do you think there is any chance we can get Odegaard?
I think their midfield situation is a bit tricky after Esco's injury. I mean Tony Kroos's injury, because it's a bit of a mystery. They're saying it's going to take a month, but they're not quite sure. He might undergo a surgery, so I don't think Ancelotti is willing to let Odegaard leave. I don't know about Isco, but Odegaard I think is out of the question.
I was thinking the same. I think Odegaard is such a great player, man. I don't think he's gonna leave Real Madrid. I think Ancelotti is gonna keep him unless Ancelotti is gonna play without a number 10. He's gonna play with the wings. You know what I mean? He's gonna do like a type of game like Vinicius Junior and Bale on the wings, 3 midfielder, and go for the striker, which is Benzema. If he does that, probably
I think he's gonna play the 4-3-3 just how he used to when he won the 10th Champions League with Real Madrid. I don't know, but how did he play? How did he field Everton? Like, I know he had three midfielders, but I don't know about going forward. Did he use James as a playmaker or on the right side?
Right, I think, right?
I just wanted to answer this question before I go. He played a 4-4-2 at Everton. He played James as a right mid and Sigurdsson as a left mid, and Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin as strikers. Yeah.
No, but I think Richarlison was a winger, either right or left.
Yeah, it was more like a winger, not a proper striker.
He was a second striker. He was a second striker, to be precise.
Yeah, he lines up on the left when you're looking at the lineup, but he plays more like a second striker. He has really good heading ability that no one really gives him credit for.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but I'm sure he had a three player midfield. He didn't play a 4-4-2.
I feel like he had like a 4-3-3 basically.
I think he had that Brazilian guy. I think Alan, and then there was.
There was a guy that got injured and he didn't have it for a good part of the season.
Yeah, there is that Portuguese guy. Oh my God, Adrian, I think his name was, who used to play for Barcelona.
Yeah, maybe I know what you mean. Yeah, but basically, Real Madrid is a different team, so depends on what he wants to do. Odegaard will be a dream to have Odegaard in the squad. That would be lovely.
Is he better than Ceballos?
He's
at least way higher potential, I think.
He is really good.
I don't know him honestly. I remember the comparison between Odegaard and who's that guy the Croatian guy who joined us, Halilovic.
Halilovic,
yeah.
Alan Halilovic.
Alan Halilovic, yeah. Say they used to compare them, and they said that would be the new Messi.
Difference is Odegaard has done it now. He was on loan in Belgium and
he did well.
Killed it in Belgium. He's been on loan in England and not great, but Arsenal wasn't great, but he still showed really good flashes. So I think Odegaard might be the real deal. We'll see.
You know what type of player is Odegaard? Odegaard is something like Malinowski. Left foot, good at dribbling. He has a strong shot from outside the box. So quite creative, good passing ability. So he's an attacking midfielder, proper attacking midfielder.
Left-footed too. He can play on the right. At Vitesse, he played as a right winger. So it was
exactly.
Kill two birds with one
physically
stone.
Though?
He's good physically. He's not weak. He's not a Brahim Diaz type of physique. He's more like a Selemaker or Leao type of physique. So he's tough. He's strong. And no, he's a good player. I really doubt we're gonna get him. I really doubt, because if Real Madrid is getting rid of him, it's madness. I mean, what the fuck they're doing? Or maybe they are trying to sell him. They want to make some money out of him. So let's see what is gonna be the deal. Lucas is just dreaming here. I don't see he has any source, any reliable source about this. I know they're talking business before and after the game, but I don't know if they're gonna talk about Odegaard.
My concern with the game with Real Madrid is that the intensity might not be where we would like to see it, because I know for the case of Real Madrid is that they wouldn't risk injury to any one of the players of a friendly, and I guess the same can be said for us. So where would the intensity be like? It might not even be like Valencia, for example.
It's gonna be more like a football game. So basically, we're gonna try to see how we handle the possession of the other team, the counter attack of the other team, and on the other side, we're gonna see how we handle a big team like Real Madrid. I don't think forget about the intensity. Just Real Madrid needs a good test as well. They need a test to show Ancelotti who's going to stay to the team and who's leaving some of the players. So it's gonna be a good test. It's gonna be a proper football. Of course,
does anyone know?
Aggressive.
Does anyone know how they've done in their other friendlies so far?
We can check. Let me have a look.
And I think this is the last test for them before they start the La Liga,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I think they should be taking that. They will be taking that game seriously. But just to let you know, guys, about like friendlies and how they mean nothing. If you look at Bayern Munich's preseason, it's disastrous with their new coach. Today, I'm not really doing well with names, but the guy who used to coach RB Leipzig, Nagelsmann, yeah. So they haven't won a single game. I think they lost 3-0 against Napoli, and I don't think it means a lot. It's just getting to know the team and reaching that level of harmony between the players after a long break.
Bayern Munich, they don't have the whole squad anyway. So Real Madrid, they have a decent squad because the Spanish player, they didn't go to the Euros, and few of the other players, the youngsters, didn't go to Euros. So basically, Real Madrid play against Rangers July 25th. They lost 2-1, yeah. And then Nancy got a red card.
And Luka Jovic played up front.
Yeah, so that wasn't the first squad for sure. So they are not in a great place. Let's be honest, they are not in a great place. So let's see. But now Benzema is back, so it's gonna be a different type of. Modric is back, Kroos is back. Let's see. But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a good game to understand what is our potential in Champions League, especially with teams like Real Madrid. Let's see, man. Curious to see the guys. I want to see Kessie, man, again in the pitch. I miss the guy. He's such a good player.
I don't think he'll make it.
Huh?
Is Benacer back or he still has quarantine?
COVID.
Yeah, I think he's still positive as of today.
He's still positive, unfortunately. Yeah. Imagine if he pulls like a Dybala and has like I don't know 6. I don't know how long was that guy positive for? Good 3-4 weeks. Whenever
a month. The first time he got like almost a month. He was really sick, by the way.
Yeah, but the thing is, the protocol is a bit different from every country. Like for us here, it doesn't matter if you test positive later, as long as you spend 10 days after your initial positive test, and then you're considered, cured from COVID. But I don't think the same applies to Italy, or at least the players in Italy, because you do have to have a negative test at least once to get back. So
that's how
this is concerning. This is very concerning.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess this season if they keep this COVID rule. I mean,
and apparently the side effects of having the coronavirus in your body is some sort of muscle problems, muscle cramps, and muscle fatigue. So, and when we add that Ben Nasser is known to have a couple of muscular injuries before, it's not looking very good. I don't know if looking into Bakayoko recently has anything to do with it.
Yeah, you have a point, Yusuf. After Zlatan got COVID, didn't he also have some muscle injuries after that?
He did.
That's a really good point. That could be a lot. That could have a lot to do with all the injury problems we've had in all these different leagues this past year.
Yeah, you never know. It's I don't know. You never know.
That's why Leao doesn't press, because he still has lung problems.
Oh,
me.
He almost got me.
No, but I remember last season, Leao, he had COVID before the season started, and he started the season in the first game, and he scored, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, it's when we say a side effect doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen, but there's a chance of it happening. Doesn't necessarily mean that 100% of people getting COVID-19 they're going to end up with muscle fatigue or a kind of malaise, but it's a risk.
My brother has COVID right now. Basically, he did a test.
Is he all right?
He's completely fine. He's like super mild symptoms. Yesterday had like some muscle fatigue, but today is completely fine. He's playing with his PlayStation. He's chill. He knows he's gonna stay 2 weeks at home on basically a holiday. And but what he lost that is quite annoying is the how you call it, the taste,
the ability to taste and smell.
Yeah, taste and smell. And basically he's not enjoying what he's eating and what he's drinking, so that destabilizes your diet and your food, your sleeping, and all these things. It makes it feel a bit weird. And the fact that you're forced to stay at home alone in isolation, that doesn't help, especially for an athlete that just done the preseason work. Staying two weeks doing nothing, it makes like you haven't done the preseason. Basically, you have to do it again. That is another problem. I feel like these players, I'm sure they are all vaccinated, probably all of them. I feel like
even then, Laird, I when I had my vaccine, I had a few weeks of breathing problems from it. It's just it's the way that spike protein interacts with your body. Sometimes it mimics effects of the virus.
Well, it is basically it is basically mimicking the virus itself.
Yeah.
That's basically what a vaccine is, and it's quite interesting that you said you had. I don't want to turn this into a medical stream, but it's quite interesting that you had the problems, like breathing problems from the vaccine itself, because you're supposed to be protected from these symptoms by getting the vaccine.
Yeah, it's protecting me from the full virus, but I just had that one. I had that one side effect.
And with all these variants anyway, the chance of you getting infected is increasing. Because a variant. The only good thing about the vaccine is it protects you from having a lot of severe symptoms and hospitalization and, God forbid, ICU and death.
Yeah,
that's why we encourage people to. Sorry, I have a medical background. That's why I'm going really far into this.
That's where I was trying to go, to the point that if the professional football players are vaccinated, so basically they are having, some of them are not having even symptoms when they get the virus, and some of them are having really mild symptoms. Do you think it's irresponsible to ask them to keep going with their life without self-isolating and keep training, keep playing football? Because at the end, we're getting this vaccine to keep going with our life, not to go back, self-isolate and go back. It's an instrument for us to, we got the virus, we keep going with our life because we're not getting any symptoms. So while we are not in that phase now, that actually this pro athlete can just go with their life, with their training at least. I understand they can stay at home and do their things, but when they have to train, go and train with their colleague, you know what I mean? Because it's football, is a job at the end.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
And these players, they're human beings, not avatars on FIFA. So we always have to keep that in mind too.
Yeah. It's so hard to stop 2 weeks and come back and be ready to play at the highest level. I felt like the performance of Benacer after his injury was just that. The fact that for 3 months he was out of the game. He came back in such a high pressure, difficult moment of the season, and he still performed well, but not at this level because it's really hard to get at that level. It's
So young.
and I hope we're not gonna get that this season.
That's why there's a difference between being physically fit and match fit. So,
Yeah.
and match fitness is only comes when you keep playing in
You play.
friendlies or at least a high stakes game. It's just unfortunate, honestly, especially that we are not doing very well. I mean, the performances of Pobega and Tonali are not very reassuring, so it couldn't come at a worse time.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I don't know, guys. I came in late, but I don't know, guys, if you spoke about Ilicic.
Yeah, we had a conversation about Ilicic, and what do you think about it, man? Because I'm not sure 100%, to be honest. It's not convincing me 100%.
It depends on it's not like I'm spending from my own pocket, but how much Milan is spending on him. If they're gonna spend, I don't know, 5-6 million as reported, or getting him on loan, it's a low risk piece of business, and I think he's experienced enough. I like, me, I like players from Serie A. So any player who's performing well from Serie A, I think it's always a great deal. So I'm excited if this is completed. I'll definitely and anyway, it will be an upgrade to Salamakers and Castillejo, because I look at him as a right winger, not a playmaker. I think we're still gonna get a playmaker if we end up buying Ilicic.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Everyone said that the fact that we cannot get rid of Krunic and Casti forces our team to actually go for a short-term solution, which is Ilicic, and a cheap short-term solution. Basically, you can keep Ilicic and Casti in the same team, and Casti is training and Ilicic is playing. But you cannot put a big player and keep Casti.
And Krunic, by the way, Husni, he's not going anywhere.
No.
Don't keep your hopes up.
I have faith he's going. But one thing I do want to comment, for Atlanta, can you see the amount of business that they're doing? I mean, Ilicic, I just checked his transfer record. They bought him from Fiorentina for what, 7 million euros? And now they're asking for 8. And they're selling Romero for 50. And apparently the rumor is that they're selling Zapata for 50 as well. Like, why are people paying this amount of money for Atlanta players? I mean, what makes them so special?
I'll tell you why. Because they don't need to sell. Not needing to sell, and because your player is performing with you, you just put a price there, and if they come and buy it, that's fine. If not, you're still playing with that player. That's the point. So if let's say if somebody wants KC, we don't need to sell him, so we can ask any price. Simple as that. That's how Atalanta's players are like this. They function pretty well. They don't need to sell. So if you want them, you pay them a lot, or I'm fine with keeping them because I don't need money and I don't need players. So that's a pretty good, solid place to be.
New strategy. I think we should loan players to Atalanta. Gasperini makes them look like superheroes. They come back and we sell them for 40 million euros, like Samu. Samu will look like.
If you want to sell them,
yeah.
If you want to sell them, that's fine. But like, I don't know about Atlanta players, but they're like fish, man. When they get out of the water, they die. If you look, I mean, Kessie almost sold that guy before he, started reaching his potential. We got him from Atlanta. I don't know about Conte. Even before he was, he had that ACL injury. He was not at that level of Atalanta. Atalanta is a system. I mean, look at Pasalic. Pasalic never reached that level when he played for us. But look at him there. He's playing like, I mean, he's like a Gerrard, man, going back and forth and scoring goals and stuff like that.
I feel like
it's
sorry
the
for
system.
interrupting you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I feel like because it's such a good system, everyone plays proper football. A decent players plays good, and Conte and all these players, they came in AC Milan. We were really in a bad place. We were playing awful football, and we didn't have a clear idea what to do. I feel like if we buy Conte now, he's gonna perform pretty well. We don't need Dalot. He's a good player. So going back to Paquetá, if Paquetá comes now, he's way more useful now than when it was during Gianpaolo and all that period. Piatek, I think Piatek is a striker that actually can play really well in this AC Milan because he creates chances and he can actually do more goals. So we had decent players, just our system was so bad. Our managers didn't have any
needs
clue.
good service.
Yeah.
And he never got that here.
Yeah, there is a lot of players. Even Calabria wasn't playing well when Pioli found the system. Now they are performing. So yeah, it's let's see, man. I really want us to get Ziyech and James Rodriguez, to be honest. I still believe that as soon as Lukaku goes to Chelsea, they need to get rid of a few players. And Ziyech is going to be one of them. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I like James because everyone worries about his injury woes and everything, but Everton was playing him a lot when he started getting injured. And obviously it was the weird COVID season too. But we don't want someone that benches. We don't want like a 26-year-old James Rodriguez who benches Brahim Diaz for the entire season. I think he's the type of player that comes in big moments, big games, but Brahim Diaz is still getting minutes where he needs in different fixtures that aren't as important.
No, totally agree, man. And Ziyech, I saw some games of him in preseason. He's looking good, man. He's a quality player. That's such a shame we cannot manage to get that loan. I hope they get Lukaku, not because the Inter gets weaker, but I really believe if they get Lukaku, we can get Ziyech. We're really gonna get Ziyech because they're not gonna give Ziyech to a Premier League team. They don't wanna because they are scared that he can get actually really good and get back to them. So they want to give it away to AC Milan or Juventus or whatever outside England, and we have a great opportunity right there to take him. It's a 4 million salary, so it's not a lot. He's still 29, so he's prime. He can do 3 or 4 seasons, highest level. I like him. Hopefully. That's why I'm praying that all this Ilicic rumor is like a plan B, like they have it there. If you don't close the deal with Ziyech, we get Ilicic. Simple as that. So everything is waiting for that Lukaku move.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ilicic and Ziyech. I don't know about their defensive contribution because our wings do come back and defend. Or at least we need them to. So Ilicic is not that. I don't think he's a Susu kind of guy who looks lazy, tracking back. I don't know about Ziyech though. If he's the type that comes back.
If you think Ilicic managed to track back because Atalanta defensive line is in the half of the pitch.
That's why.
So they are all there. So that type of game helps him to run less. But in a system like Conte had, when he's actually defend deep and go for the counter attack, you need Hakimi. You cannot do anything with Ilicic. So for us, we are going on that direction. We're trying to stay high with our defense. Have Benacer covering and KC, so they cover like this. And especially on the right side, we have Calabria that is way better than Teo Hernandez covering. So Ilicic can still be effective. But a player like Ziyech or James can be even more effective. Can be something incredible.
Didn't Ziyech? I think it was the year before the Ajax had that really good Champions League season.
Yeah.
The year before that, he played a Metzala at Ajax. He was a box-to-box midfielder before he and eventually moved into that attacking midfielder and right winger role. So he knows how to. He's obviously not like Ndidi or anything, but he can play. He can mark and play and track back.
Yeah, the thing is those.
I was
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was hearing you guys talking about wingers, right wingers, left wingers. We're not playing with wingers. We're playing with mids. Pioli has decided to change his formation to a 4-4-2. And I think I'm saying this
It's
a bit
not
earlier,
true.
but this 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 is a
It's not. It's not true.
this is going to shock you in the
It's
first
not.
game
No.
against Nigeria. We are going to
No.
play for 4-4-2.
No. We're
Yes.
not gonna play 4-4-2.
Yes,
We're not gonna play.
that's why we're linked with so
For
many
4-4-2
accounts.
and have
That's
who
why
up front? Ibrahimovic and Giroud.
no Ibrahimovic and Diaz. You can clearly see that Diaz is playing as a second striker when he plays with Leao. Like listen, this formation suits our team better because
Listen,
Rebic
you
and Leao can
cannot
play as
tell
second
me.
strikers.
No. Listen, I'll tell you what. You cannot tell me what we're gonna play. Just watching the preseason games. That's
Yes,
not a
yes.
chance. No, because we
No,
never had in the
like,
pitch.
like, we also played the 4-4-2 at the end of last season against Juventus, Torino.
No, we didn't play a
Atalanta.
4-4-2 against
Yeah, we
Juventus.
did.
No, because
Çalhanoğlu-
Çalhanoğlu is
No, it
not a
was-
wing, and he was on the
No.
wing, on the left side. He's not a wing.
No, you can ask Roy. Çalhanoğlu was playing as a
Well,
left mid.
You should tell me you can ask Pioli, not Roy.
Roy is a great manager. That's why I asked. That's why I asked
Still,
you to
see,
ask
I'm
Roy.
not. I wanna
Diaz is not
hear
a
from
second
Pioli.
striker. Diaz is not a second
No,
striker. I don't know what.
Diaz has been playing as a second striker for
Okay,
the
let's agree on one thing. Let's agree on one thing. Let's define a second striker and a playmaker. How about that? So we can agree. What's your definition of a second striker? The characteristics of a second striker.
someone that supports a striker.
Yeah. But what's
No.
the
No,
what's the
he's a
role?
second
What's the role?
striker, so he's
Um,
not support.
to support the striker. There's no other thing to say. To support the striker to create chances for the striker, and Diaz has been doing that. You can clearly see if you go
Okay,
back to
what
the
about
Valencia game.
the definition of number 10?
If you go back to the Valencia game, just go on YouTube and search Valencia versus Milan, and see how Milan is lined up when Valencia have the ball. It's Maldini as a left mid, Castillejo as a right mid, and Diaz and Leao in a double pivot.
Oh no, Diaz was coming deep and receiving the ball and playmaking. He was a playmaker.
That's when we had the ball.
You got your answer. Just saying those names, you got your answer. You basically, you are telling me we're playing 4-4. Let me finish right now. You're telling me we're playing 4-4-2 in a preseason where we're playing with Pobega, Maldini, Castillejo, without Ibra, Giroud in the bench. Rebic just came a week ago. Kessie Benacer is not there. And you're telling me we're playing 4-4-2 next season. No, man. He's playing that way because those are the players he's having right at the moment. When he's going to have the full squad, he's going to...
We played a 4-4-2 against Juventus.
No, we didn't play a 4-4-2. No, we didn't play a 4-4-2 against
Roy,
Juventus.
if you're in the chat, please save me. Roy, if you're in the chat, please save me, please.
Roy.
We played a 4-4-2 against Juventus. And right now we're still playing a 4-4-2. If I'm telling you this right now, go back to the Valencia game. See how Milan is structured when Valencia have the ball. I'm not saying when we have the ball, but when Valencia have the ball, it's Daniel Maldini left mid, Castillejo right mid, Diaz and Leao as second striker and striker.
Why are you repeating yourself? I heard you before, and I still don't.
Yes.
Listen. When we don't have the ball, we need to stay in a certain shape. We need to stay under the line of the ball. So normally, the two wings is going to be in the same line of Kessie and Benacer, and it's going to look like a 4-4-2, but it's not a 4-4-2 because at the end, Pioli, when we have the ball, the guy that is in the left, he actually can go in the box and go on the other side against the ball. So that is not a 4-4-2.
I agree.
So
I'm not saying it's a 4-4-2 without a ball. It's a 4-4-2 without the ball. But when we have the ball, we switch up positions, we make more plays. That's what I'm saying.
But
to be fair, everybody, to mediate this thing, there were times, and Lucas is correct, there were times it started with Juventus when Brahim Diaz starts the game as opposed to Çalhanoğlu. We're playing more of a 4-4-1-1, which is very similar to a 4-4-2. Not quite, but it's similar. and Brahim Diaz is playing right off the shoulder of Zlatan. I can't say that we did that against Valencia because I didn't look at it that closely, but we definitely have in a lot of the matches that Brahim has started.
But listen to me. We can say that when Barcelona doesn't have the ball, he's playing 4-5-1. We can say everything right now, basically. It's because Barcelona, the wings, they go a bit lower, and it becomes a 4-5-1. Are we going to say now that Barcelona plays a 4-5-1? No. Or Man City is playing basically a 4-6. No, it's not playing a 4-6.
No.
They are always interacting and moving around. So because they are moving around, that brings the position becoming a 4-2-4-1 or something like that. It's not a 4-2. That's my opinion.
I agree. I'm just saying in matches where Zlatan and Brahim Diaz have played, and even Leao too. So when Brahim Diaz is playing, let's just say, maybe not in the preseason, that's where I'll disagree. But where Brahim Diaz is playing, he doesn't go past the midline into our half of the pitch to receive the ball like Hakan does. He stays a lot closer to the striker. I think that might be what Lucas is pointing at.
Let me jump in, guys, and just tell you the difference, or not tell you. I'm just going to suggest what I understand. The difference between a playmaker and a second striker or support striker. Because if Brahim Diaz is a playmaker, all right? He's not a second striker. Why? Because a second striker runs into channels. And what I mean by channels is the gap between the opposition's fullback and center back. And he tries to receive the ball into space, not as opposed to receiving the ball into his feet. Now, this is basically what a second striker is. Yes, he plays off a target man. All right. Now, and he plays the little 1-2s in between the defenders to try to break defenses. But a playmaker comes short and tries to receive the ball to his feet. Right, and then when he receives the ball to his feet, he carries the ball forward by either dribbling or playing intricate passes between the midfield and the wingers. He goes wide, right, and left to create triangles between the fullbacks, the winger, and the playmaker himself. And this is what we're seeing with Brahim Diaz. He's creating these triangles on the right side when we go forward with Calabria and whoever is in the right wing. And the same applies to the left side. He plays with let's say Leao, Theo, and himself. These are the characteristics of a playmaker. A second striker is not that involved in the build-up.
Yeah.
These are the main characteristics, the differences between a second striker and a playmaker. And I believe Diaz is a playmaker. Now, let's say we are 4-4-2 in the defensive phase. Formations are not set in the defensive phase. Formations are set for attacking phases, because you could look anything. You can say we're playing 6-0, especially if we're facing a team who are possession based. We can just sit back. We tuck our right and left fullbacks in, and then we let the wingers tuck even go even lower, and then we'll have 6. And we're gonna have 6, and then we'll have 2 midfielders and then 2 attackers creating the 4 midfield. Are we playing a 6-0 formation? No, we're not. It's how we are set up defensively. But when you say what's the formation, Milan, what is Pioli's formation? It is a 4-2-3-1, no doubt about that. And during preseason, even when Rebic came on against Valencia, he played in the hole. The hole is the gap between the opposition defenders and the opposition's midfielders. That hole. This is the number 10, the playmaker position. So he was so religiously stuck with the 4-2-3-1 formation, even when he didn't have the personnel to carry on that formation. So I totally disagree with the 4-4-2 formation, and that's basically what I understand. I don't know if I'm correct or not.
No, and to play that formation on the left side, you need somebody left-footed that actually goes at the end and crosses the ball, like Selemaker does it. But he's always putting an inverted wing on that side. So clearly he wants that player to go in the middle and do a 1-2 with Diaz or with the striker. So it's not a 4-4-2.
Plus, if you want to see a 4-4-2, just go watch the 1999 Manchester Alex Ferguson 4-4-2. That's the perfect example of 4-4-2. When he had Dwight York and what's the other attacker?
The two players as a striker.
The two attackers, yeah. And then he had David Beckham on the right, and then he had the Giggs on the left. He had Scholes and I don't know who else with him.
Roy Keane, probably.
Yeah, that's the classic 4-4-2.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have a question for you because it's something that I like. I still have a few more minutes. Something that just got pushed back. I like the conversation you're having, and it's a debate I've even had with what's his name, Mr. Lucas. But you say 4-4-2, but it's not a 4-4-2. It's a 4-4-1-1.
That's what I was saying.
Which is not a 4-4-2. It's different because a 4-4-1-1 is 4-4. Then that one is a cam, not a striker. And then the other one is a striker. But Lucas says that it's the same thing. Do you guys agree with that?
It's not.
No, it's not the same because
that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. I was just saying I was trying to mediate the thing because I think that's what Lucas is trying to say because he doesn't know the difference between the two. But I think we with Brahim last season, I don't know about this season. I think he's a lot different player now. I think he can be more of that playmaker like you were saying. But I think he would play off the shoulder of Ibrahimovic, kind of be like a touchstone for Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic receives the ball deep. We kick the ball deep. And instead of with Çalhanoğlu is receiving the ball and then moving and distributing. Brahim Diaz is there, so Ibrahimovic has a touchstone to pass the ball to move into different positions. It's kind of what that's more of a 4-4-1-1 than a 4-2-3-1, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're right. And an easy way to solve this discussion is to just pull up the Valencia and Milan game and let's see how it went.
It was without a doubt, a shadow of a doubt, when Milan defended, their posture was a 4-4-1-1, without a shadow of a doubt.
4-4-2.
No, it was not.
4-4-2.
Lucas, I'll tell you something.
It's not the same thing.
4-4-2 and 4-4-1-1.
I just want to explain you the two strikers. The two strikers are Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez. They don't move from around the box. Every operation they do it around the attacking box to create danger. Brahim Diaz goes on the line with Tonali and Pobega and gets the ball. He's a playmaker. He just goes deep and gets that ball and tries to play it with all the players around in the midfield. When he has the chance, he supports the striker and becomes a second striker, but in a chance, in an attacking situation, not as a position. So that's why it's a 4-4-1-1. That one is a midfielder when we have the ball, and when we are attacking, he can be a striker. He gets in the box, or actually shoot, or actually doesn't want to with the striker. But it's not a 4-4-2 because Diaz is not a striker. He cannot play shoulder to the goal. He cannot do that. He can do it for one circumstances or in a situation, in a single situation, but not constantly. Lautaro Martinez and the guy and Lukaku, they do it constantly. They do it. Sometimes Lautaro becomes the first striker and Lukaku comes deep. Sometimes it's Lukaku the first striker and Lautaro comes deep. So they can do the same position. They just alternate. That's why it's a 4-4-2.
Okay, let's see on Sunday.
Guys, can I ask a question? Sorry, it's a bit off topic, but I just out of my curiosity. So with the possible, I'm not saying that it's definitely coming. If Ilicic comes, does this change our set piece situation? Well, sometimes I was seeing Theo take it. Sometimes I saw Samu take it. I think Tonali also took it. I mean, what's really going on here? Who is it going to be our go-to sticker?
It's a pre-season period. Everyone is trying. Everyone is trying different things. Everything is still not sure, and the big guys are not yet back. That's another thing. Ibrahimovic can shoot set pieces. I can see Benacer on the right side going with the left foot, or I can see going Kessie with power as well. So it's not, and we don't know who is gonna come. Maybe if he comes, James Rodriguez is becoming the guy is going for the set piece, or Ziyech or Ilicic as well. You say Ilicic, right? So it can be Ilicic. So still nothing is defined. When the season starts and the first game starts 2 hours before, Pioli is gonna say corners on the right goes Tonali, corners on the left goes Diaz, free kick. So that is the moment when you actually see what really is gonna happen and what is gonna be the defined AC Milan. And I'm sure it's a 4-2-3-1. I'm sure about that. So, silent. Anyone wants to add anything?
Yeah, one more thing also. Diaz doesn't even play off a target man. He doesn't even play off. I don't know what guys. What do you think? I mean, let me say that again. Sorry, English is not my first language.
Don't worry.
Diaz does not play off a striker. He's a playmaker. You know who plays off a striker? Liao is playing off a striker when he tucks in. Salamankers plays off the striker when he tucks in from the opposite side. This is we're playing off a striker, a target man, and then people running around them. Diaz is not. Çalhanoğlu was not. So even playing off of a striker or supporting a striker does not apply to Diaz. Diaz is a full-on playmaker. Maybe he doesn't have that killer pass, that vision, but he is a different type of a striker. Playmaker. That's just basically what I want to say.
Yeah, we can put the highlights of the game if you want, Lucas. Or do you want me to put the entire game?
Lucas is still cooking dinner or eating it now.
Lucas, which part of the world are you, man? It's time to go to sleep, not to cook dinner.
No, he's in Ghana, I think, based on last stream.
Guys, I was muted this whole time. That's why you weren't here.
Oh, okay. So I'll see. You want to see Diaz?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We don't have to do that. Get another copyright.
I'm gonna see.
Okay. Let's not do that because of the last copyright. They took the video down. I don't want to take the video down this time.
Yeah, what was it specifically that you guys showed that they took down?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But sometimes they take it down. Sometimes they don't.
Let's watch the Real Madrid game carefully, and then we'll come back and we'll reconvene, and it'll be fresh in our minds.
Well,
we're gonna watch it live, guys, on our channel.
Guys, when Milan in 2007 played with that, they had the midfield was Gattuso, Pirlo, Ambrosino, Seedorf. All right, there were no wingers, right? And the offense was Kaká and Sagi. Was that a 4-4-2, Lucas, or was that a 4-4-1-1?
Or a 4-3-2-1.
It was known as the Christmas tree. It was the Christmas tree season.
No. There, the way he had set it, the defensive posture was a 4-4-1-1.
Yeah, always. It's always like this. Always it becomes always a 4-4-2, except from even for a 4-3-3. Let's say Barcelona, Messi comes back less, and the mid right goes on the right, the middle stays in the middle, and the other striker goes on the line of that. It becomes a 4-4-2 when we don't have when Barcelona.
But defensively, it was not a 4-4-2. It was a 4-4-1-1 because Kaká did not play.
Exactly.
Guys, if I may, it is because of preseason we are not in that level of intensity to press higher. If you go back
Exactly.
to last season, we are not even defending in a 4-4-2 formation or setup. We are defending so up high. We're trying to win the ball back as quickly as possible in the opposition midfield. So the wingers were pressing the opposition fullbacks. The striker was trying to press whoever is carrying the ball, and the playmaker is trying to fill in the gaps. So that's how we used to set up. Don't you guys remember Ben Nasser sometimes trying to defend as high as the D of the opposition area? This is this is the Pioli way. It's just pre-season. That's why they are coming back and defending deep.
I'll show this to Lucas because he was saying where Diaz plays. Look at this. Look at Diaz. Where is it? Look at Pobega. He's in the midfield, man. He's a midfielder right now.
Roy,
this is an offensive posture.
I was talking about when we were defending, not when we had a ball.
This is a defensive. This is a. You have to look at
Lucas is saying. Yeah, finish.
No, you have to look at the team when they're in a defensive posture. That will tell you.
Okay, but we were talking about transfer market and which player we're gonna buy, and Lucas came in saying, "Oh, guys, we're gonna play 4-4-2 this season." I'm like, "No, Lucas, we're not buying Ryan Giggs and David Beckham on the right and the left. We're buying different type of players. We're buying players that go in the middle. So we're gonna play."
But Lucas is
James go in.
Lucas is right in saying that you can do a 4-4-2 that way and have midfielders that start on the wings but don't play vertical. They tuck in and become dynamic like what we're doing. That is true. We can do that. And that is what we did. That is what we did against Valencia.
Yeah, and against Valencia, all four players in that attacking players switched positions regularly, which is awesome. It doesn't change our formation, but I'm just saying that we are very dynamic in that way.
Look how high Maldini is.
Yeah,
Maldini is playing off of Leao. That's playing. If we are playing a 4-4-2, I know you're talking about the defensive phase, but I don't know where that narrative came from. The formation is based on the defensive phase. I've never heard about that, but I don't know. But look at Diaz here, trying to continue to complete the triangle in the right-sided area between the right fullback, and him and the right winger, and then the opposite side winger tucks himself in, plays off of the target man. In this case, is Leao, and then we have Balotelli here getting ready. I wish I could draw on this just to show you.
I can look at Tonali. He's a right back. Tonali is a right back right now. And Diaz is becoming
exactly.
midfield. That's not a 4-4-2.
No. You guys, you have to look at the team when Valencia has the ball starting from the defense.
Exactly.
That's how you have to look at it.
But that's
the great coach is talking right now, bro.
But that's not how it works.
No, but that's
it is how it works.
That
is how it works. That is how it works. That is exactly how it works.
When you don't have possession, you cover the pitch. And the easiest way to cover the pitch is 4 defenders and 4 players in front of the defenders. So that's
it depends what formation you're using.
Larry, you're ruining my dinner, man.
It depends what formation you're using.
You ruined my night, man, with all your tactical knowledge.
If you're
not trying to flip the pan.
It depends what formation you're using. It doesn't have to be necessarily 2 lines of 4. It can be a line of 5 and a line of 3. It could be a line of 4 and a line of 5. Or it could be a line of... No, yes, it is. Because I know this stuff. It could be a line of 4, a line of 1, a line of 4, and a line of 1. You want your team to stay in its formation that you give it to. You tell the team, hey, when we defend, I want a line of 4 here, and I want a line of 4 there, and I want, let's say, a 1 player in the space here, and you tell the team exactly how you want it. It's not,
Okay,
they don't just
tell
do
me-
it randomly.
It depends on
tell me a
it depends,
formation.
guys. It
Tell me a
depends, guys,
formation
on.
You tell me a formation that when they don't have the ball is not a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1, whatever. Tell me a formation.
3-5-2 is when you defend is a 5-3-1-1 or 5-3-2.
I'm telling you formation.
I'm telling you right now. A 4-3-3 when you defend is a line of 4 and a line of 5 and then the 1. A 4-2-3-1 when you defend is a line of 4, a line of 5, a line of and a line of 2, or you can do it that the 1 becomes a 4-4-1-1. You can defend in different various ways, but you want your lines to be certain ways. There's no rule that says it has to always be 4-4-2.
But what I'm saying.
No, but a better question that maybe Larit is trying to ask is, tell me a formation where there's at least 7 or 8 players that are defending, regardless of the shape. No, not a single coach will defend in less than 7 or 8 players.
A line of 7, wait. A line? Are you saying a line of 7?
No, not a line of 7. I'm saying defending, being behind the ball, regardless of their position.
But you don't want to look at it. You want to look at it as in lines. You got your defensive line.
Plus,
you got your midfield.
One more thing, Roy.
You don't want to have a line of 7 because then you're just inviting the opposition.
I know. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, it depends on the stage of the game. The game is not
behind the ball. Yeah, it depends. You can have your whole team behind the ball if you want.
Roy, I'll make it simple for you and for everybody. This conversation started with Lucas saying we're gonna play 4-4-2 this season. Is that the right statement to say? Are we gonna play 4-4-2 this season? No, because we don't play. The play
only according to Gazzetta dello Sport.
We could play a 4-4-2 if Giroud and Ibra start together. Then you could look at it as a 4-4-2.
Terrible idea.
But if it's Brahim, or if it's Rebic, or if it's any of these other guys, it's not going to be a 4. It's going to be a 4-4-1-1 if they do that. But if you have Giroud and Ibrahimovic, it's most likely going to be a 4-4-2.
Yeah, look at this picture. 2 midfielders, right, middle, left, and the striker.
Okay, that picture right there, that's a beautiful 4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're gonna play this season. All this conversation started with Lucas saying, "Guys, we're not gonna play 4-2-3-1."
But now let's see. They're attacking that way. What happens is when we defend, Maldini goes on the line of the midfield, and Salamakers goes on the line of the other midfield, and then the 1-1 stays the way it is. So it's not a 4-4-2; it's a 4-4-1-1. All right, guys, I gotta go. Sorry. Later.
See ya. Guys, I have a slight piece of news we could bring up about Josip Ilicic.
Yeah.
I guess they have a friendly against West Ham this weekend, West Ham United, and Ilicic isn't in the lineup for that match. And that's, right alongside all these rumors of his transfer.
Yeah, man. Ilicic is joining us.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I guess, and the latest is Atalanta wants $6 million, and we're trying to lower that. And so I guess we're going to wait it out, sweat them out a little bit longer. It's not going to be soon, so we can drop that transfer fee a bit lower.
Exactly, and my thoughts escaped me. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Man, look at this. Balo, Leao, Maldini, Casti. I think this is Conti or Calabria, and Diaz. They're all in the line attacking.
Yeah,
Like
who's playing off of
a
the
team
attacker?
formation,
Who's playing off of the target man here? Isn't Maldini playing off of the playing off of
listen.
Leao?
A
Maldini and Diaz
formation,
were
a
doing a lot of
formation, a
switching the
formation,
whole
Switching,
match.
exactly.
a formation is determined by their defensive structure, not by their offensive structure. That's what I meant. So we're going to be playing.
I don't think that's a correct statement.
So okay,
Lucas.
so basically, Barcelona is not playing 4-3-3. They're playing 4-5-1. If that's the rule, let's go. I'm fine with that rule, Lucas.
Right? Do
We
you
can
know
completely change
how
it if you
Barca
want.
plays? Like, do you know how Barca plays?
Barca plays a 4-3-3 in my book.
Yeah, when they're defending, but when they're attacking,
No, when they're defending, they're not. They're not, Lucas. They're not. When they're defending, they don't play. They don't line up as a 4-3-3. It's 4-4 or 4-5-1. If we're gonna go with your rule, then Barcelona's formation, even with Pep Guardiola, it's a 4-5-1. No one tells you that it's a 4-5-1.
The streets made the rule, not me. The streets.
What streets?
Yeah, man. The street. Okay, the streets. Whatever, man. If you guys still think it's that way, is basically the sentence is it says what formation you are playing the ball when you have the ball. How your players is going to move when you have the ball, and what is the way they're gonna lay in the pitch when you have the ball, because you're gonna play. On the defensive side, is all about covering the pitch in the best way possible, so the opposition doesn't get through. So it can change every time. That was an insane goal, by the way.
A great off-the-ball movement by Leao, which is very frustrating to say from Leao, because sometimes he's a world class, sometimes he's just dog shit.
I'm encouraged by Tomori's passing too. That's his vision there as well.
Yeah.
Look at the disastrous coverage by Balotelli there. This guy, I love this guy. I think he's very adventurous, and he's gonna be a nightmare for whoever is gonna be in the left midfield, because he needs to cover for him.
Oh man,
that's a penalty. That's exactly on the penalty spot, and I think he didn't miss it. I think the goalkeeper just came up with a world-class save. That reaction was fantastic from the goalkeeper.
That goalkeeper had a really good game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's Georgian, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he mentioned the commentators mentioned something about that.
Is that Casti? Look at Casti. Looks like a...
No. That's Theo. He doesn't have a right foot, man. He just plays with his left.
Is Gareth Bale Theo Hernandez? We saw that. We don't need to see this. Anyway, guys, let's close the live. It was fun. Lucas, as always, you're wrong and I'm right. I'm sorry, man. Let's go back and cook something.
It's okay. I finished eating my dinner. I was eating my dinner when you guys are talking.
No, actually, these tactical discussions are very interesting, and I enjoyed it. Honestly, it doesn't matter who's wrong or right, but it's very interesting.
Somebody's saying
too.
See,
Lucas is correct.
Professor is always right, bro.
Okay, man. You won today. Let's see next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Always lovely to see you. And looking forward to Real Madrid, man. If we win that one, it's looking good.
I think we'll be defending all game long with 4-4-2, so don't worry.
Let's see.
All right, guys. See you guys. Take care.
See ya.
See you guys.
It was real fun, guys. See ya.
Good night.